Today, we're going to look at and rate custom Magic the Gathering cards. We're going to start off with Sisyphus, whatever that means. It's a red-blue 1 generic 0/4 human. When Sisyphus attacks, put a stone counter on target mountain. Now, then if you control 4 or more mountains with a stone counter on it, you win the game. What the hell is going on here? So do we have to like proliferate the stone counters until they're so high you just like win on the spot? Well, I don't, there's got to be some sort of mythology that I'm missing here. At the beginning of your end step, remove all stone counters from each mountain. So there's sort of a conundrum. How do we make this work? So we literally, when it attacks, you put a stone counter on target mountain. But at the beginning of my end step, remove all the stone counters from each mountain. Perplexing, I see. So we're gonna have to work really hard to pull this off. Interesting. I guess it's like a way of like winning really quickly with proliferate if you can like pull that off. It's from mythology. Cursed to push a boulder up a mountain for all of eternity, but then loses all the boulder counters. Bryce asks, are custom Magic cards at 11 o'clock? No, actually. It's just because I have a stream in the evening with Magic Online. So I just have a conflict. This will be the last time we're at 11 o'clock. All right, start off with some super chats. We're gonna start off with Miyuki. Thank you so much. Here's a single unrelated verse that I thought was a bit amusing. The bleeding blood moon. Okay, we got bleeding blood moon. I'm just gonna look up bleeding blood. There we go. We got bleeding blood moon. It is a. Oh, do you have anything else to say? Next are the sets. All right. Okay, we have a red 1 generic enchantment. Non-basic lands you control are mountains. What the hell? This is just like, this is a one-sided blood moon, right? Are we blood mooning ourselves for 2 mana? Do we need to fix our mana into mono red? Just, you know, we want to, it's like for that moment when you want to be a 5-color deck, but sometimes you need to cast Torbrand or something to that effect. Saying that non-basic lands you control are mountains. And not in addition to the other types. I mean, sure, you can have that. This is the spirit of mono red, yeah. When you're so true to red, you'll blood moon yourself. Alright, back to the public. Okay, we got the Spreading Hysteria. That is an AI-generated card if I've ever seen one. Or at least the art. Okay, we got Rakdos, Sorcery. Choose a creature at complete random. That creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. Oh, God. And then if a creature dies this way, repeat this process. Oh, no! That could be a sweeper for, what's it called? Like token decks. So you choose any random 1/1. Oh, it's on the board, though. But what if everyone has their power is at least as large as its toughness? Then it basically wipes the board for a single red or black. It's a very innovative design. Very, very innovative, in my opinion. Yeah, you choose a creature at random. The creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. If it dies, keep going. And I will also on theme, Spreading Hysteria. Yeah, and they laughed at the wall deck, didn't they? Ah, they laughed big time. Who's laughing now? My walls will not destroy my walls. Yeah, 1 mana Massacre Girl, effectively, in some capacity. I mean, yeah, so it will benefit anyone who plays, especially if you play with creatures with more toughness than its power. Deals damage to itself. I wonder, it does have Death Touch. Would it kill itself with its own Death Touch? All right, next super chat we'll take from, we'll get one from Bacon Catbug. We know Bacon Catbug loves this show. Is not a human. You don't say. I gotta organize these things better. Okay, there we go. Is not a human. We'll certainly break something. That is creepy as hell. This is Jim Carrey meets Carnage. Okay, we have, what is it? I can never describe this type of mana cost. You're gonna have to pay a green, a black, or you can pay 2 colorless for each of those. It's an enchantment. Humans you control lose the human creature type and gain the mutant creature type. All of a sudden, you can mutate, right? That's like, that's a mechanic. Or no, do you know? But you mutate only onto humans, so you can't mutate. So it's an anti-mutate mechanic. Human creature cards in your hand have mutate. The mutate cost is equal to its mana cost. I don't get it. Hold on, how does mutate work? I thought I knew how it worked. Humans you control lose human. I thought it was the humans that are or is it humans can't mutate? You can't mutate onto a human. Oh, okay, so it's the other way around. Gotcha. Bada bing, bada but mutate costs 1 less to cast. So this costs a lot, that one costs little. Great card for the mutate players. We need more mutate in this game. I think. Life Keeper. We have a green 5 generic 2/2 Tree Folk Knight with Delve. Okay, so it's like a 1 mana 2/2? When it dies, return a card exiled with it to your hand. Oh, that's a cool ability. So it starts off, well, it just starts off as a 2/2. It's a grizzly bear for 1 mana. It's actually quite pathetic in that regard. But if it dies, you know, don't be looking at this thing. If you do, you're going to regret. Because I'll bring back, I don't know, the cryptic command that I exiled with this thing back to my hand. Make this common and print it for Pauper. Yeah, you're missing out. It would be a cool Pauper. It would be a very cool Pauper card. Okay, I have nothing else to say about this card. I think this is really imaginative. This is fresh design space. I'm surprised Wizards hasn't even touched something like this before. Or maybe they realize it's broken. To be honest, like, it's a 2/2, but I am a little bit scared of it. You know, that's a lot of value. It's like a slow Snapcaster Mage in some capacity. Okay, next super chat. Let's see where's another small one. We got Wandering Picked. I fixed 2 of my Fanwalker cards. Thank you very much. Take a look at your Fanwalker cards. I fixed 2. Okay, let's take a look. Let's get to the whole page here. We got a Garrig. Garrig on Ravenkin Soil. What is this, a bald eagle? It is a red-blue 3 generic 4 loyalty Garrig. Whenever you copy an instant or sorcery, you may create a 4/4 legendary artifact creature named Bran. Copied construct. Also +1, you get to draw a card. -2, add 2 mana. Garrig on Ravnican Soil deals 1 damage to each opponent. And also -4, copy the next instant or sorcery spell that is cast this turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. I actually think this is completely fine. And our second one, Garrig the Skybound. It is a 6 mana Garrig. This is the same person? So it looks like the same, I guess, this bird looks so much younger than this one. I think it must be the glasses, or maybe it's the angle. Oh yeah, we still have glasses over here. Okay, +1, target creature gains flying until end of turn. 0, create a tap Power Stone token. -7, Garrig Skybound deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of non-land permanents with mana abilities you control. This card honestly is terrible. This is very, very underwhelming. You could buff up all these abilities. Frankly, all these could be plus abilities, and I don't even think it would be that. I still don't think it would be that good. We got pump this creature up or reduce the mana cost. Deals X damage to any target where X is the number of non-land permanents with mana abilities you control. This is a weird way to deal a lot of damage, but sure. It is the same person, different artists. All right, next up. Freebie section. An offer you can't refuse. All right. Meow. Look at that site. You need something? I got what you need right over here. And we have a bunch of cats. Go to a pet. There's like the pet store, and then there's the guy in the alley. You go to the guy in the alley. Yeah, if you're looking for pets, you know, I got stuff right up my trench coat over here. It's a black sorcery. You may present a cat you own from outside the game. Target opponent may pet the cat. If they do, they lose 3 life. So they would just opt not to. This is a terrible card. Yawgmoth during his first encounter, the first encounter with a cat, but not the last. Yeah, nice meme, I guess. Said somebody maybe. Next super chat. Let's take one from Brawly Shadow. The Froze. Oh, you're not done with the Incredibles, are you? The Frozone. Frozone is a red-blue 2 generic 3/3. Human hero, ward X, where X is equal to the number of tapped creatures. You know what? Honestly, that sort of sucks. Okay, you untap. I just target your thing. Well, you won't even have priority. It's sort of awkward. I don't know what the flavor to this is. Is it because like you froze them, so therefore you have ward? Whenever Frozone attacks, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards and put a stun counter on up to that many creatures. Now that's busted. That's great. You may discard up to 2 cards and basically freeze criminal scum. Yeah, the last one is insane. Okay, so every tap. So I guess, oh, it's any creatures. Not. Oh, I was thinking of my creatures. I actually can include the opponent's creatures. So basically, something's going to be tapped. Either my creatures tapped and attacked, your creatures tapped because I tapped them down, or you attacked. God, you know what? Actually, this is quite good. This is an insane card. Actually, might be really frustrating to play against. Not gonna lie. Very, very annoying looking. Very strong though, and also unique take, honestly, on an Is It card. Very unique. Okay, we got Ick Police. Is a white 1/1 human. That's it. Not peasant, not soul, just human. Okay, putting your lands in front of your creatures counts as committing a crime. What's with the? I'm moving on. This is not even a real card. These are all meme cards today. What is it? Meme May or something like that? The meme of May. Okay, River Guardian. We got a Simic 4 generic 4/4 plant elemental. You may sacrifice an artifact named Sentinel Totem rather than pay this spell's mana cost. And it has Vigilance. I don't know how good... If Sentinel Totem was even a 1/1, I guess that would be broken. How big is Sentinel Totem? Sentinel Totem. So basically, pay 1 mana, sack something, discard a card, and you get a 4/4 in play. That's so specific. It's so insane, but it has protection from Lightning Bolt, Prismatic Ending, basically, Fatal Push, like all the usuals. It's actually pretty damn strong. Did I skip? No. Look, if someone's donating like $2, I'm gonna rotate through people. That Bacon Catbug is gonna be. Otherwise, it'd be the Bacon Catbug show. So don't worry, Bacon Catbug's gonna see old Bacon Catbug super chats for the next 2 hours. It's gonna be a long day today. All right, it's a long day. Saddle up. Dies to Unholy Heat eventually. I don't know, by turn 3 maybe. I can't tell if this is broken or not. You have to have like Sentinel Totem in your deck, which is like really awkward in itself. I guess it's fine. It's not the most broken thing in the world. Frankly, like Tarmogoyf can be bigger than this by turn 2, so I guess it's it's all under control. It's under control. All right, do we have any more $2? We got Will Anderson at $2. We got the path to Empire. The Path. Now, Path to Empire is a red enchantment. Sack a land. You may put a human card with mana value 3 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. I don't like the look of that. That sounds dangerous. Sack a land. Mana value 3 or less. So, like, on turn 1, I think this would be really good on turn 3. You, like, played 3 mountains, play Path to Empire, because it doesn't cost mana. Then you just sack all your lands and dump your hand. This either is like, there's another card that this reminds me of. It was like a red card that says you can't play lands, but you can sack a land to draw 2 cards. I think it was called Aggressive Mining. It has that feel to it, and in the end, Aggressive Mining sort of sucked. It was a 4 mana card, but this is like 1 mana. Sack an untap land, maybe? I don't know how you balance it. I mean, I don't even know if it's broken. I mean, if I play Path to Empire turn 1 and I sack my land, like, that probably sucks. That's probably not good. But what if I do this on turn 3? Do I have enough creatures even to deploy? Is it worth destroying everything that I have to get every creature in my hand in I can't tell. Okay, things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosened upon the world. I think this card's fine. I like it's hard. It's one of those cards you gotta play test. You gotta know. You play test this card and you'll find out if it's broken or not. Sacrificing a land's high cost. You all you commander players know that. You're gonna sacrifice your land? No, you're not. You'd never play the Path to Empire in your deck. You would never do it. You don't like people blowing up your lands. You don't like blowing up your own lands. That's how it works around here. Freebie section. Staying power. We have a green, 2, white, 2 generic enchantment. Tokens you control cannot leave the battlefield. But does that mean they can't die? What, they can't die? They can't be sacrificed? What does that mean? They can't be bounced? Are they just, like, so if a 2/2 takes 10 damage, just sits there with 10 damage on it or something? Me confused. Tokens you got, like, what are the rules around something like this? Loop says, hope you're enjoying reviewing MTG cards. Nothing is forever, not even your interests. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I enjoy. Like having, this is a lot of fun. I get to see all these wild, crazy cards. Clearly they can't leave Nikachu. Apparently not. I don't get it. Staying power tokens you control cannot leave the battlefield. What about when the game is over? Can I put them away then? I don't get it. Ooh, actually, hold on. Getting back, Dan actually made a good point with this last card. It's got flash. Effectively, you can sacrifice a land to just put, you don't even cast the human card. You just put a human in play, and it's there, uncounterable. Really good point. Makes that card a lot stronger. Still don't know if it's worth it, though. They're here forever. Just like Homer Simpson and his job. Sure. You know what? I have no... It's 6 mana. Like, are we gonna say that this is broken at 6 mana? Probably not. We probably not doing that. Okay, what else do we have here? Surefire sells the Superintendent's Network. Superintendents, you say? Superintendents. Cool. Okay, we have a 4 mana artifact. Your opponents play with their hands revealed. Ah, cool. Telepathy for everybody. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it wasn't cast during their turn, you may pay 1. If you do, choose a card from their hand. That player discards that card. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. So basically, no one's going to do anything. And everyone's going to be paranoid of each other. So I hear, like, when you play telepathy, just everyone's just paranoid of the other player. Because, you know, you could, like, play possum, right? Like, oh, I'm not the danger. You know, look, they're the danger. But instead, now with their hands revealed, everyone can see, oh my god, they've got a combo in their hand. They can play it at any moment. So, no playing possum with the Superintendent's Network in play. But no one will play at instant speed, I think. You basically, someone plays at instant speed, you choose a card from their hand for 1 mana, and you Thoughtseize them? That's brutal. I think it's playable, though. It's not going to break the game or anything like that. Yeah, everyone except you. Chaos ensues. Chaos. Okay, next up. Freebie section. The Prince Philip White Knight. It is a white 2 generic 2/2 human knight with horsemanship. Basically unblockable. Basically Shadow. It's not like Shadow. I think you can block non-horsemanship creatures is the deal here. Okay, it's a human knight, horsemanship, vigilance. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you may move a counter from target permanent to another target permanent. So stun counters, yeah. Yeah, so like maybe there's a way we can move bad counters to something else. Move my -1/-1 counters from me to you. Why don't I? I have persist creatures. I think this is a cool card. That's a banger card. Really cool. Okay, next up, we've got super chats with... Okay, we'll go back to Bacon Catbug. Bacon Catbug has a lot of cards. The Colossal Sparkmaw. Sparking it up. Colossal Sparkma. Intentionally not legendary. Ooh, so there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot of these Dreadmaw Planeswalkers. Okay, 6 mana for a 6 loyalty Dreadmaw. But it's not the Dreadmaw. There are many Dreadmaws. +1, Colossal Sparkmaw. Deals damage to up to 1 target creature equal to half the greatest power among creatures you control, rounded down. What the hell does that mean? Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. You just tell me how much I take and I'll write it down on my life pad. -2, create a Colossal Dreadmaw token. You already know what a Colossal Dreadmaw is. We don't need to spell it out for you. And -9, you get an emblem with creatures you control are green dinosaurs and have base power and toughness 6/6 and have trample. I do not think this dino would break the game. Easy pass. We got the Coal Clamp. I don't know what that means. Black equipment. Equipped creature gets +2, -2. Ooh, it's almost like dead weight, except it actually can buff things. They don't, why don't they make more of this stuff? You know, there used to be the unholy strength of black, and frankly, they don't make that stuff anymore. Does black have an identity anymore? I don't feel like black does what black is supposed to do. They even got rid of most of the rituals and gave it to red. Whenever a equipped creature dies, its controller draws 2 cards. Oh! They just brought back Skull Clamp, but gave it to black. This is terrible. Equip for black. Oh, it's way more expensive though. Black 1 generic. It's got Shackle attached to creature an opponent controls. Shackle only as a sorcery. This is whenever equipped creature dies, its controller. Okay, so you could actually end up giving your opponent 2 cards. Ramen just throwing out there. Shackle is cool as hell though. Yeah, why can't we put our equipment on our opponent's creatures? Like, what the hell? It's like, I've got this helmet. Okay, can you give it to me? Well, no. Well, why not? Because it won't fit you. But it will fit me and all my soldiers. But it won't fit you. And then the other guy's like, are you serious? Come on, give me your equipment. I could use this helmet, and then gets shot in the head with an arrow. It's basically the, that's magic logic right there. Okay, we take another Brawly Shadow special. We got Levy over here. Something not based on something. So you're telling me you imagine this all by yourself? Levy. Like attacks? We have a white-red 1 generic instant. Create a tap treasure token for each differently named land target opponent controls. This is like another Dockside Extortionist, but you can't play it early, or it's not super strong early in the game. Costs a lot of mana. You have to be in Boros. Your contribution to the war effort will be remembered, citizen. Thank you very much. Pass. Black identity as Shieldred should have costed more mana. I guess Black's identity is like drain and gain now. It's just, it's mutated to such a degree. Yeah, land attack. Oh, I didn't even catch that. Look at the puns over here. Yeah, all right, you have different lands. All right, we're gonna tax you on it. You gotta pay up, all right? You gotta pay the levy. You pay up in treasure tokens, I guess. All right, freebie section. We got Adwin, Master Jeweler. This looks like a real magic card. Is it? It probably is. It's a human artificer, a 0/4 for red-blue. Tap, sack a treasure, create a tapped Mox token. Oh, that's cool. So basically, we transform treasures into Moxen at 1 mana of any color. Oh, a Mox Diamond, of all things. So we're turning things into Mox Diamonds. Okay, next up. I'm gonna take a random super chat here. Gabriel's like, hey Nikachu, I hope you don't feel— I'm not fed up at all, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for your super chat. Nothing worse than something you enjoy becoming a chore. Well, here is my card for today, the Interplanar Meteoness. You know what? I'm happy to make all you people— I didn't say that what's all this negative energy? Everyone's like, what's it called? Okay, hold on, you have Can I look up Meteonus? I love looking up everybody's cards. This channel is not a chore. Especially on the AI days. Okay, Interplanar Meteonus. This is a 10 mana 8/8 construct dragon. That's a very... Well, dragons should be expensive. Mythical creatures they are. Now, it's got flying. Now, when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent. Interplanar Meteonus has protection from that permanent's colors. Interesting. So it's like... It's got, what is that creature? Comes into play, blows up all the lands. It's got vibes like that. In my opinion, it's got those types of vibes. But instead of sort of blowing up the lands, it blows up. Or was it land? Maybe it was permanent. Can't remember. And now it has protection from that permanent. It's a great card. And at 10 mana, no one's gonna say it's bad. Or sorry, no one's gonna say it's broken. It's was it does someone think I spammed at the start and someone was worried I skipped? No, I'm not skipping all your stuff. I'm just spreading the love, you know? I'm diffusing the love. Bacon Catbug just likes to put it all out there in the donations very early on. But I'm gonna get to everybody. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to everybody. We got the Verdant Rot. It is a green-black 1 generic sorcerer. Each player sacrifices a land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. This is weird. So, like, what does this even do? Everyone sacks a land. We're not even ramping. Everyone sacrifices. I don't get it. I gotta read the comments. Like, does someone find value in this? Does anyone understand this card? Just spitballing here, but it could make players sacrifice a non-basic, and even if they can't, they still get the land. I think it would make it a smidge better. Interesting mana fixing. Good design. I would love it in my Thalia and Gitrog Monster Commander deck. I guess it's for decks that need to get rid of lands? I guess? They, like, don't mind their lands in the graveyard? But, like, your opponent's still gonna get a land anyway. Just a card for you to be able to jerk in EDH. I don't even know if it would even do that. You might even sacrifice one of your lands to get another land. You might even be feeding their graveyard. You might be doing them a favor. Okay, whatever. Easy pass. You got it. Okay, next up. Any small super chats? We got one from Brawlies. Get another one for surefire selves with the Jerichus Cradle. So you decided to invent a Gaia's Cradle, did you? There's a lot of Cradle cards, apparently. Okay, we got Jerichus Cradle. This is a 3-mana legendary artifact. Enter the battlefield, choose an opponent. That opponent must look at this artifact for as long as you control Jerichus Cradle. You mean actually look at it? What are we making, an unset card here? Choose an opponent. That opponent must look at this artifact. When the chosen opponent looks away from Jerichus Cradle, sacrifice it and exile target creature. So you're literally bringing the AI card to life. Anyway, this is a... There's only one thing missing from this card, and that is a silver border. Thank you very much anyway for the card, though. Okay, you heard the music. It means it's time. You love fake custom Magic the Gathering cards, but we're all here because we love buying real Magic the Gathering cards. And no better place to buy them than at FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week this week, save 15% off Secret Lair singles and box sets. Not to mention, you can start pre-ordering Modern Horizons 3 cards as they get spoiled. You need to upgrade those Modern and Commander decks and Legacy decks, especially with the Modern Horizons 3 Commander sets, which feature cards not legal in Modern, as weird as that is. Yeah, I really don't understand why they did that, but that's okay, because you can also buy these cards at 5% off when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout at FusionGamingOnline.com. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Do you ever want to play online? Do you want to play Commander? Well, you can now, because Commander is one of the featured formats on Magic Online. Rent any deck you want, get in a pod, create the rules yourself when you make these pods. Pretty often it's like no CEDH, power 7 please. Competitive, but power 7. Bring your power 7 deck, or your, yeah, is it power 7? Your deck's a 7. Bring your 7 level decks to Magic Online. When you are renting with Mana Traders, you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_7LH. All right, back to chaos. All right, it is the second half of this show, which means it's all super chats, because by golly do we have a lot of them to get through. Okay, and we're gonna start off with some series, because we know how much people love their series. Miyuki, thank you very much for your super chat. Series 5, make snow its own color, part 1. You're also taking up the module thing of making series. It's called series. No, it's make snow its own color. Ole mole. We got Azalithoria, the permafrost wastes. It's a land tapped at a snow or colorless, then lose 1 life. 100% legal. You have to get that desperate though. Oh, so you want to play Eldrazi? So it's basically like a dual pain land of some sort. So you basically want to play Eldrazi with this thing, as far as I'm concerned. Nemesis, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the coffee crew. Get them coffees brewed up, because we have a long one today. Get nice and cozy. Okay, yeah, these wastes were naturally formed due to the clash of the volatile mana within the tectonic plates. Oh, the Eldrazi have arrived. Did not make it any better. That permafrost was just keeping the Eldrazi preserved and fresh. Next up, we've got the Azalithoria Sub-Zero Hypogeel. Now, during your upkeep, 1 and an energy is removed from all players. That is weird. How do you remove 1 energy? Sorry, 1 mana, or is it 1 energy? Okay. Anyway, we tap to add a snow or a colorless, then lose 1 life. Isn't this the same card? It's basically the same card with an extra ability. Azalithoria Stone Shattered Glaciers. It's an Azalith land. Pay 2, tap, add. Oh, it's a filter? Well, it's actually worse than a filter, because you only get, I think you could reduce, honestly, I think you could reduce this to 1. Not gonna lie. It could be 1 mana, tap, and it's just a filter land like all the other ones. You're paying 3 mana to get 2 mana out of this. I think you can push a little bit further. You can't add snow? We can add snow. We are adding snow. We got double snow. Or do you know what? I'll give you this. If you go to 1 mana, you probably should word it like tap add a snow to make the filter it. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult. But I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal. Would it really break the game if we could filter into double colorless mana? I don't think so. And we got the Nuclear Frozen Wastes. You cannot tap basic lands while you control Azalithoria Nuclear Frozen Wastes. Again, we can tap to add. Holy moly! All these cards were like, we were playing by the rules, and all of a sudden it gets broken. You cannot tap basic lands while you control. We just don't have to have any basic lands in your deck. Okay, this is broken. But you basically made a soul land. So all those other cards, those were fine. This one, no. It doesn't even have, so it's basically Ancient Tomb, right? We basically invented Ancient Tomb. Except it's basically another copy of Ancient Tomb. Maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it will be a little bit worse on your life total. Still, it is, and actually for snow decks, it's a snow land. Love that avatar, T-House. Love the avatar. Anyway, okay, that one's broken. That's gonna get a no from me. And now we got the City-State of Permafrost. Melancholy. Place. It's also a land, by the way, that doesn't add mana, it seems. Melancholy. Place a -1/-1 counter on each creature in play that do not have snow and or colorless in their casting cost during your end phase. Creatures with their toughness reduced to 1 by this effect no longer gain -1/-1 counters and are frozen. What does that mean? Creatures that are frozen are considered to be 0/1 and do not have abilities. I think this is busted as well. This is like another tabernacle, sort of. Maybe it's okay. Like, it might be okay. It has very tabernacle. It has such an effect on everything. It's basically, all right, I play this land, shrink everything, and it's shrinking every single turn. Is that at the end of your turn? On each creature in play during your end phase. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, as a land. No, it doesn't kill them. It specifically says that once it gets to a 1/1, it becomes a 0/1 and has no abilities anymore. So, like, basically, if you were to be a 1/1, you don't... I think you don't die. I mean, I understand what the intention is. So anyway, it's very funny. The first three, harmless. Couldn't hurt a fly. This one, busted. I don't know. This one may not be as busted as I think, but it's not tabernacle. But it's got that feel. It's got that annoying feel. It's mostly for flavor. You're kind of not thinking about its competitiveness. All right, flavor win. Everyone's freezing in the cold. One step, and but you don't. Well, technically, you should die in the end. You can die of freezing, right? Next up, okay, we know someone who loves series, don't we? We got Majra in the house. Hello, everyone. Here are the last three from my La Luvesque. Part 9 of the La Luvesque. All right. Let's go look at part 9. This is your first series that went to part 9. This is wild. Okay, part 9. The finality. The Guardian of the La Luvesque. It is a white, 1 generic 3/3 wolf warrior with lifelink. Whenever a modified creature attacks an opponent, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Now, when a modified creature attacks you, Guardian of the La Luvesque, whenever a modified creature attack you, Guardian of the La Luvesque untap, gain +0/+2, and can block one more creature until end of turn. What the hell does it do? So whenever a modified creature attacks me, we untap the La Luvesque, it gets bigger and can block one more creature. It's just bizarre. So if they have, I guess it's for the modified meta, right? You've got the cards to beat the other cards. Trying to beat us. Knight of the La Luvesque. It is a red 1 generic 3/3 wolf warrior knight with trample. Whenever a modified creature attacks an opponent, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn whenever a modified creature attacks you. Now the La Luvesque deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Tried so hard to make all these modified cards, and all of a sudden you're punishing people for being modified. The Communal Service. It is a white, green, red aura with 5 paragraphs. 5 paragraphs here. Enchant creature you don't own. And that's not all. Okay, when Communal Service enters, gain control of enchanted creature. Isn't that the same thing? Enchanted creature has haste and can't attack you. Huh? Enchant creature you don't own. Gain control of enchanted creature. Well, of course it can't attack me. I control it. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of enchanted creature and untaps it. Oh, I get it. So okay, yeah, I got it. So it actually can get passed around to somebody else. Doesn't that mean it has, like, Myriad? Is it Myriad? I don't get it. There's Goad. Goad? Is it Goad? I don't play with these mechanics, people. When a enchanted creature dies, you and its owner gain 3 life, draw a card, and make a treasure token. Alright. That's fine. If a video is long enough, sometimes I'll hit at 3x speed. T-House is like, that's pretty spicy. I like, you hear that, Majra? You got a fan in chat. You got a fan. If there's a fan in the house. Okay, let's take a look at... Oh, Darkstar Shura actually has some big super chats here. Oh, let's take a look at Darkstar. Hunters and Allies. This 1 card. Okay, I can't remember what the rule is. You get 5 cards out of this. So, okay, so, yeah. So, basically, it's $2 per... Well, that's generally the rule. It's like $2 per card. So, you get 5 cards. Hunters and Allies. Our first Hunter. The Alucard Prince of Shadows. It is black, white, 2 generic. What the hell is this? 1+*, 1+*. Flying, Vigilance, Lifelink, Alucard, Prince of Shadows, Power and Toughness are each equal to the number of humans you control plus 1. And then other humans you control have Ward 1, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile target. Night Spawn creature card from a graveyard. Ooh, so bats, demons. This is night horrors, nightmares, skeletons, vampires, zombies, are Night Spawn. They're all Night Spawn. First, I thought that big blob of text was going to be broken. It turns out it was just fine. Christopher Belmont, third hunter, 3 mana, 3/2 lifelink. Sacrifice Christopher Belmont, third hunter. You and perms you control gain protection from the Night Spawn until end of turn. Those Night Spawn aren't going to bother Darkstar Ashura anymore. Okay, next up we got Grant Dynasty, the Road Pirate. That's what we need in this game. We need more pirates. Pirate it up. Aye, aye, matey. It's sort of goaded, but it doesn't need to attack. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. All right, we have a 4 mana, 1/3 human pirate with Skulk. Skulk is like, it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, something to that effect. It's like how a mouse weaves its way through a giant. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Okay, whenever an instant or sorcery card becomes encoded onto Grant Dynasty Road Pirate, you may draw a card, then discard a card. I'm not even familiar what encoded is as a mechanic. The first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn has Cipher. Okay, that I understand. That is weird. We're bringing Cipher back, are we? Grant Dynasty Road Pirate can't attack during extra turns. See what you made this card realize, oh wait a minute, this breaks extra turn cards. Yeah, we can play Time Warp and it will gain Cipher, and then we can put it on the Grant Dynasty. Yeah, that probably breaks the card. Okay, otherwise I think this is okay. What's Cipher? When you play a spell, you like put it onto the, basically you put it on the card, and then when you attack with the creature, you get the copy of that card again and again and again and again. So like, you play Time Warp to get an extra turn. Encode it onto, now I get what encoding is. I think encoding is Cipher. So you encode it onto the creature, attack with a creature. Oh, I got an extra turn. So actually, it would be pretty broken on the very first turn you do it, because like you play your extra turn card, you get the extra turn, then you attack, you get a second extra turn. It's actually probably broken by itself. It's possible this is busted, but I'll let your play group decide. Leon Belmont, first hunter, 6 mana, 4/4 human knights. Vigilance, lifelink, equipment you control have equip human white? What the hell does that mean? Equip human? Oh, okay, so I see. If it's going to a human, you're going to equip it for 1 white. Red, tap it. Leon deals damage equal to the number of equipment attached to it to target the Night Spawn again. All right, cool card. Leon! Wonder if it's related to the lobster. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Okay, then we got Tara Trantowel. This is a white 2 generic, 0/4 human cleric with defender. Whenever Sarah Trantowel or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. And then when Sarah Trantowel dies, return it transformed into Morningstar Vampire Killer. It's an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has, if a Night Spawn creature dealt damage by this creature would die, exile it instead. We're going to exile those Night Spawns. The reminder text on this card is makes this card look so much more busier than they actually are. Night Spawn. A Night Spawn is this. Ask your doctor if Night Spawn is right for you. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a colorless artifact token named Pure Stone with pay 1, tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 2 mana, any combination of colors, spend this mana only to cast human spells. That is nothing broken with that. It's got my approval. All right. Well, let's leave that up here. Let's go to Prime Jaders. Donut. I'm designing cards based around a made-up mechanic delay. Instance that would remove target effect or ability from stack until next end step. Thank you very much for your super chat. Is it called delay? Or is it called Dono? Is Dono the card? No. Okay, I can't find it. So hold on. I don't get it. Are you actually... Is this on Reddit that you have it? Don't know. I don't think I'll find it here, though. Okay, I'm assuming this is a donation. So with that donation... I think it's a donation. If it's not, let me know. Okay, so we donate that to the freebie section here. Where did we last leave off? Prince Skullclamp, the Jeweler, Verdant Rot. Okay, there we go. Here's a new one. The Breacher of Reality. This is a 3-mana 3/3 Eldrazi drone with Menace. Breacher of Reality enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters if it wasn't cast or if no mana was spent to cast it. How is this entering the battlefield for free? Menace. Enter the battlefield with 3 counters if it wasn't cast. Oh, so if you just cheated in play or something like that. So we get a bonus for cheating. Very, very suspicious, in my opinion. It's got them bread roll abs. Hey, some of those Eldrazi, they work out, all right? They pump iron. They lift, they move mountains, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, all your super chats are gonna be scattered throughout the show. It's just so that certain people don't monopolize the whole show. I don't want to like spend 15 minutes on one person, so I spread it around more or less. Everyone gets spread around. I'm sharing the love everywhere. Although I will put some precedent on larger super chats, especially if it's like for only one card. And with okay, so that was one donation. So we will now go to. The hell does Fire have? Fire has a massive super chat. Good morning, Nikachu. Hope you're doing well. I have 5 today, but they're mostly simple. The caption is Burrow Mechanic. Plus some permutations. As always, thanks for reviewing my custom cards and having them on the show. I thank all of you for donating and also being a part of this show. Remember, I will get to everybody's super chats. Basically, the show ends when the super chats end. That's why during the halfway point, it's just like just super chats because holy crap, this show could go on for forever. We've gone for 2.5 hours once. Oh wait, we got the tunneling mole. It is a green-black 2/2 mole. It's got burrow 1. You like this? What kind of mole is this? It's got something like growing out of its snout. Okay, its snout is very, very weird. Whenever this creature attacks, mill a card. That's flavorful. And if a land card was milled this way, this creature can't be blocked this combat. Oh, I think that's cool. That's original, and it's flavorful. We got the Burrowing Sandworm. We have a green-black 4 generic 5/5 worm. Burrow 4, when this creature attacks, you also mill 4 cards. If a land card was milled this way, this creature cannot be blocked this combat. I like that mechanic. That actually literally makes sense. Mole noses are like that? Really? Well, I'm calling some BS here. Hold on. Mole. It does not look like that. Absolutely not. Hold on, we're gonna investigate here. See, we got moles. Okay, well, not the moles from the skin. Look at this handsome fellow. That is a regular nose. It's a specific mole. I don't care. Oh, it's a star-nosed mole. Okay. You know what? I am not the leading expert on moles in this world, so I'm gonna have to defer to everybody else's wisdom on that one. Okay, back to the cards though. Okay, back to the cards. We're on the when Burrowing Sandworm burrows 1 or more desert cards, it deals that much damage to defending player. When it burrows 1 or more desert cards, why would when this creature attacks, mill 4 cards? Oh, we are milling our cards. And then if we hit deserts, I thought it was like a interesting mechanic where the opponent gets milled, and if they have a land, then we like burrowed through their land to hit the opponent. I thought that was the mechanic. Whatever, this works too, that's fine. Nikachu, I can't believe you're not an expert on moles. Unforgivable. I know. The shame. Both get canceled on Twitter. Nikachu doesn't know anything about moles. We got the mining robot. Looks like something Dr. Robotnik would make. Black 3 generic for a 4/4 vehicle in the shape of a mole. Whenever mining robot burrows one or more artifact creatures, create a treasure token. Also can be crewed for 3. And second but not the last. Shashita of the Dark. It's a green black 1 generic 4/3 snake noble with trample. It's got burrow 2. So when it attacks, if you hit a land card, whenever it attacks, you mill 2. If you hit a land card, it's unblockable. When it burrows one or more snake cards, you may put one of those cards onto the battlefield tapped and under your control. Snake? It sounds like this plus, what's it called? This plus Sensei's Divining Top is going to be a combo. Holo loves the mechanic. I think the mechanic is incredibly original. I guess this is a worm, not a snake. We gotta be careful with what snake we go get. So it is a black-green 2 generic worm. The Spine of Onish. Spine of Onish enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it as long as it was cast. Burrow X, where X is Spine of Onish's power. When Spine of Onish dies, if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it, create 2 tokens that are each copies of it, except they're not legendary. The tokens each enter with half that many +1/+1 counters on it, rounded down. Perfectly legal. Nikachu needs to get the snake a snake sound clip from Badger song. Badger. It's not a snake, it's a snake. Okay, with that, let's take a look at one of Bacon Cat Bugs. We got Effervescent Bog. Effervescent Bog. Would still be bad in mod, you better believe it. Okay, is a land, tapped at a colorless. Tap, add white, blue, black. Effervescent Bog deals 1 damage to you. This honestly could see play. It's a 4-color land. Like, it actually taps to play the Eldrazi. This cycle, if like Eldrazi came back, this cycle could probably come see play. Not gonna lie. I think it's better than you actually think it is. Much better than you actually think it is. Alright, where do we... let's take one from... Better take the bigger ones. Zarather! Oh god, I am late. You are not late. You are coming exactly as intended. Legends. Legends of Shard. Terra. Alright, Zarather. We have a blue, white, green, 2/4, Yordle Advisor. The hell is that? It's Paparo the Great. It's also got Skulk. It's a pretty big creature for 3 mana. And also even based on the picture, unless I'm not looking at things correctly through scale. When Paparo the Great attacks, each player other than you votes for tails or trinkets. For each player that voted for tails, you and that player draw a card and discard a card. And for each that voted trinkets, you and that player create a copy of target non-creature artifact token. Cool card. You loot, or you make copies of stuff. We got Albus the Ferrous Hex Tech Tycoon. The 5-mana 4/4 Esper legendary creature. Has first strike, pay 2, sack an artifact token, create a copy of target artifact token that doesn't share its name with the sacrifice token. If it's a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Otherwise, you draw a card. What the hell does this do? We sack an artifact token, create a copy of target artifact token that doesn't share its name. So I can make a copy of something else, but it's got to be something else. Yordles are just small fuzzy kitskin. Small fuzzy elves. We have some disagreement here. What a Yordle is. Okay, when Albus Ferrous attacks, defending player loses X life, where X is the number of artifact tokens you control with different names. That could be insane. Oh, it has to be different names. Okay, that's not as insane. Okay, maybe I can give that a pass. You can't just load up on treasures and blast your opponent to affinity. Okay, we have a 6-mana 5/5 Inviolus Vox. It's a dragon. Flying first strike. Whenever a dragon creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal any number of dragon cards from among them. Put them into your hand. Put any number of the rest of the cards in your graveyard or at the top of your library in any order. This ability triggers only once each turn. I would imagine it should trigger only once each turn, because you only get to attack once each turn, right? It says deals combat damage. That seems redundant. Whenever a dragon... Oh, I guess it's to prevent multiple dragons triggering all at once. Okay, we have 8-Punch Pablo. It is a 5-mana Jund Octopus. It's an 8/3 creature because it's got 8 legs. Okay, whenever combat damage or... damage dealt through fight spells, specifically fight spells, or abilities would reduce a creature's toughness to 0 or less. It reduces that creature's toughness to 1 instead. At the beginning of your... That doesn't make any sense. Whenever combat damage would reduce a creature's toughness, it never does that. You have to say if it would deal as much damage as their toughness, it reduces that to that much damage equal to its toughness -1 instead, or something to that effect. When we attack, we're not reducing toughness. We are literally... The toughness stays the same, but we deal damage. So, a little templated wrong here. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 up to 8 times. If you do, 8-Punch Pablo deals 1 damage to that many different target creatures. Really cool design otherwise. I think I know what you want to say there, but it's got to be worded differently. Revna Lorekeeper, the 4-mana 4/4 human warrior bard, has Ward X, where X is the total number of lore counters among sagas you control. And whenever a chapter ability of a saga you control is triggered, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. And if that was the final chapter ability of that saga, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control instead. This lore has just got started. You thought the saga was over? Instead, it's just beginning. Okay, who's next? Who hasn't got anything yet? Velocity hasn't got anything. First custom card I've made in 5 years. Dale. Eustace. Eustace. Am I getting this right? Eustace. Ocular Obsessed. Alright, we got... looks like they work out. You can see every muscle on their body. It is a blue, black, 2 generic. Dale Eustace, Ocular Obsessed, 3/5 human wizard. Instant spells you cast 2 less? That is insane! It's probably fine though, to be honest. Whenever you cast a spell, you may create a 1/1 black and blue eyeball creature token with flying. It's creepy, but I think it checks out. I wonder how many... Well, I'm just trying to think. I wonder how many people will play this just for the cost reducer. It's probably the selling point of this card. Blue eyeballs? Ah, that's just the icing on the cake. Oh, it's got all the eyeballs on it. Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh card? There is there's a few... I think there's a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are all about eyeballs. I can't tell. The storyteller has hands. Eyes exist as a type, says eyeball. Yeah. But why? Somebody likes eyeballs. Fast eyeballs. Okay. Those evil eyes. Don't let us stare you in the eye. Okay, next up, we're going to take a look at... Let's get to the second half of Miyuki. Miyuki, thank you very much for your super chat. Series of 5. Make snow its own color. Part 2. We saw part 2, but have you heard of the sequel? Alright, so we now know this is all about flavor, not about power level. But we still gotta judge it based on power level. Yeah, my 1,000 eyes restrict! How could you do it? How could you destroy my 1,000 eyes restrict Yugi? Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I've seen only season 1 so far. Okay, we're gonna start off with Lucretia, Snow Spirit Priestess? Priestess. It is a colorless snow 2 generic. Oh, now we know how to cast this card with all those lands that we invented in part 1. It's a 1/6 human priestess. Vigilance Ward 3. Lucretia. I'm probably not pronouncing that. We're Lucretia. Cannot be targeted by spells that deal damage. Interesting. But we can still blow it up. So that is weird. Has Ward 3, which is already a big pain. It's not like I was going to lightning bolt this or unholy heat this thing anyway. Double snow tap. Target creature gets -1/-1. And also double colorless tap. Counter target non-colorless spell if it has a converted mana cost of 6 or lower. Hold on. Counter target non-colorless spell? That's busted! I thought this card was like so fair until then. This is it's just a counter spell on a creature for literally 2 mana. Module lets me know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. 5Ds is insane, and I love it. I'll get to it eventually. I have to pay for it on YouTube, though. That last ability was bonkers, and most counter-target non-colorless spell. So basically, the only thing it gets through is... I mean, you could overload it. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is totally fine. It's kind of, like, especially... I'm thinking in Commander this is fine. In 101 this is like maybe this is fine. This card is really strong. Like you can't get rid of it. You need Doomblade for some reason. Yeah, it is funny how much better the second tap ability is than the first. The first one is just, you know, it's like nothing. Then all of a sudden, I didn't know it, but like this went from 0 to 100 in like in one line. Okay, I guess we'll give it a pass. That is damn strong, though. Okay, we got Lucretia, Hazy Moon Priestess. For double colorless, double snow, and 3 generic. It's a 118. What are these casting? Well, like, what are these metrics? No, God, please. And it's got Annihilator 1. This is an Eldrazi in disguise. Vigilance and Hexproof. Lucretia must be cast by paying its mana cost and exiling Lucretia, Snow Spirit Princess that you control. Okay, as worded, you gotta word it differently. It's gotta be like, if this creature would enter the battlefield and it was not cast, then you have to exile it instead, or something to that effect. Because as worded, you can still cheat this in play. You can still reanimate this thing. You can show and tell it in play. It doesn't change it at all. So you have to word it like, if it enters the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead, something to that effect. Power, yeah, swap the power and toughnesses. But this was built to block an Emrakul as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we have 3 abilities. All playing. One is colorless and a snow. One is double colorless. One is double snow. Target creature has Devoid. This really is an Eldrazi. Target land becomes a waste. And counter target non-colorless spell. Again with this thing. What is Miyuki's explanation for all this? Well, anyway, it's a bit insane. Okay, so target creature has Devoid, target land becomes a waste. Like, again, those are, like, totally fine. Maybe in this case, and this one's even stronger. This one has hexproof. It's like, last one, we gave you a chance. You could have killed this thing. You just have to pay the ward 3. This time, screw you. Nothing targets this thing. Nothing at all. No damage. Yeah, that's about it. And on top of that, we got ramp to ramp into this thing. So what the deck says, wouldn't the correct wording be something like, as an additional cost to cast this spell, exile a card you control named Lucretia? Yes, that's fine. But this card also said it must be cast by paying its mana cost. So I think this card was also worded in a way that you're not allowed to cheat this in play with show and tell or reanimate effects or anything like that. And I think the way to get around that is you have to say, if this creature enters the battlefield and it was not cast, it gets exiled instead. Which would also screw it if it gets blinked by some way. But But alternately, you could just say, like, an additional cost to cast the spell. You also have to exile the Snow Princess thing. I'm gonna blindly say it's a pass. Okay, Dobrynya, Nikitich, Natasha. This is a 6-mana. What is this, from the cold part of Russia? This is a 6-mana, 3 loyalty. Natasha. Now, it can attack and block as if she is a creature and has a base power and toughness 7/5. So basically, we have a 6-mana, 7/5 creature that is a planeswalker. There's no way these abilities are... I mean, just that by itself sells me on this thing. It was ridiculous. Okay, we have a +1, and also we have to pay mana. Snow and 1 generic. Can only be used once per turn. The Dobrynya Natasha gains hexproof and has +0, +10 until next turn. Okay, well, that took it over the edge. Can only be used once per turn. Gains flying and deals double damage to dragons until end of turn. That definitely had to have been like a flavor part or something. The cold part of Russia. Can you narrow that down a little bit? You know, when it's winter. Same thing as Canada. The cold part of Canada. Okay, next up. Snow Rhyme Dragon. Snow 2 generic for a 2/3. Oh, I like this. We got Adventure, the Hidden Bounty. When you cast this card from exile, create 2 tapped treasure tokens. I don't think that's how Adventure works. Like, that's not how this works, right? When you cast this card from exile, that's the spell, though. You're supposed to get a spell. You could just have a... Well, you should just have that. You should have this text on the left, on the right side. So when you cast the spell from exile, create 2 tap treasure tokens. It's on the wrong side, and then you could have a whole new ability on the left side. Snowrime Dragon cannot be blocked by creatures with power greater than itself. I think it'd be fine, actually. You put this ability on the right side, and then give it a completely different ability on the left. Yeah, you adventure first. You're supposed to get like a whole free spell out of this. And the Gift of the Fairy Queen. We have a colorless snow sorcery. Return target creature in any graveyard to the battlefield under the control of your opponent. The creature returned to the battlefield by Gift of the Fairy Queen cannot attack, block, or be sacrificed. Do you think she know? Shh. Let's keep this as our secret, okay? That's fine. I actually like this series a lot because I love colorless cards. I love the colorless as a mechanic. I love Eldrazi, I just can never play the damn deck. I probably should get that Eldrazi Commander deck. Alright, next Super Chat. Are you staying within the 15-card limit, Bacon Cat Bug? I'm not sure if you are. Okay, next big series, or small series, from Majra. I finished the Wolf deck, here are the corrected versions of a card you'll see in the last deck. The Janitor. Oops. The Janitor, version 2. Alright, we got the Janitor. It is a black Orzhov white, 2/2 human cleric citizen, first strike mentor, and soulbound. That's a lot. As the Janitor is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has Ward 2 and gets +1/+1 for each creature paired with it. If a paired creature is cleric, the Janitor gains clerics you control, cost black, white, less to cast. Holy crap! Creature control can be paired more than once. How is this fixed? How is this fixed? First strike, mentor, and soulbound, and then if it's paired, basically almost all clerics are free. This is absolutely insane. I spent a long time picking out 15 cards on it, I believe you. Alright, go back and fix it again. That's all I'm gonna say about this one. That's quite a wild card. Okay, Steve Cooper, Prized Goat. And oh, this is not even a series. This is on the Discord, 1 black, 1 white. Oh, yeah, okay. And then donate freebie section ×2. You're being generous here. Okay, Prize Goat. 2 mana for a 0/3. When prizes go to sacrifice, add black equal to its toughness. The hell? Oh, so it turns into a dark ritual. Oh, neat. All right, you get triple black mana. And also with the white one, when it's sacrificed, add black equal to... Still add black. This is the same card. So I don't get the lore, I guess. I'm just not understanding the lore in this case. Yeah, very intuitive. You sacrifice the goat, you get mana. But are there any broken clerics? Maja will find out. Okay, so we're gonna donate 2 more to the freebie section. Fight referee. We have a white 1 generic 2/2 bird advisor with vigilance. Life totals can't change except during combat after blockers are declared. Interesting. Alright, no be cheating around here. So no bolt. Wow, does that like, hold on. Life totals can't change except during combat. So sorcery speed burn completely offline. 100%. It's gone. But instant speed burn is fine. During combat after blockers are declared. So don't worry, burn decks, you're not completely screwed. It's not complete anti-burn. Remember, at combat, so I attack, you block, bam! You get smacked in the face with a lightning bolt. Alright, but it's a cool card. Magus of the Clamp. The hell? Black 2 generic 2/2. It's a skeleton wizard. Pay a black, tap. Target creature you control gets +1/-1 until end of turn. If that creature dies this turn, you draw 2 cards. I think there's a lot of cleric decks that would play this thing. He seeks a beauty bounty. Lost long ago. All right, next up, let's take another one from. I gotta get through all the. Okay, let's take a few $2 ones. Aurora Sleeping Beauty. Aurora. I don't know my Disney lore as well. What is from? Oh, is this just literally Sleeping Beauty? I just didn't even know. I didn't know what the princess's name was. Okay, we got a blue-white 0/2 human noble. Aurora Sleeping Beauty enters tapped with 3 stun counters on it. Tap, put a stun counter on Aurora. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Then put a stun counter on each creature tapped this way. I don't remember that in Disney. Whenever a stun counter is removed from a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Aurora. Shouldn't this... Hold on, how did it work? Sleeping Beauty. How did the show go? I don't even remember anything about this movie anymore. Nothing whatsoever. Everyone likes the card. First name Sleeping. She's sheepy. Very sleep. I don't remember how. I know there was like a poison apple. A prince kissed her. She woke up. I can't remember. Was there 7 dwarves in this one? Look, you have to make the card more interesting than she's asleep because spinning wheel. But she could tutor out dwarves. Yeah, okay. So what she could have done is she could have tutored out a bunch of dwarves. She had 7 dwarves. She got cursed by a Maleficent with a poisoned apple for being the prettiest, then woke up from a kiss. Yeah, that's it. No, that's Snow White. Yeah, isn't... The apple was Snow White? So what the hell was this story? Why is everyone going to sleep? Dude, the swarves are snow... So anyhow, everyone knows so much about Disney here. Look, I haven't watched any of the Disney movies in like 30 years, alright? So my lore on Disney is pretty low. In fact, I probably don't even know the proper lore to Sleeping Beauty. Frankly, when I was like 7 years old, I probably slept through half of all these Disney movies. I don't even know what the plot is to like 101 Dalmatians. Are there dwarves here? She had 7 dwarves? No, that's... Okay, they haven't said it was Snow White. I guess I have to go watch Disney Plus and figure out what this is all about. Anyway, we gotta pass here. Funny card. Nice discussion. Great talk, everyone. Let's go a little talk to someone who new. First custom card submitted here. The Mox Onyx. Thanks so much, Jonah. But is it broken? It's hard to make a Mox fair. Okay, we got a 0 mana artifact. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only if a card, spell, or permanent was exiled this turn. Is that easy or hard? Okay, so I paid this for 0. Activate only if a card, spell, or permanent was exiled. I guess that's hard. That's not easy. But it's not legendary. So you could, like, exile 1 card. You could be like... What's the card called? Underworld Breach. Start exiling cards, and then from there just completely go off, right? Like you could have several Mox Onyxes in play. I think actually this would still be broken, to be honest. You know, it's hard to make. Everyone said like Mox Amber was fair, and that ended up being really strong in the appropriate deck. Copy the card repeatedly? I suppose so. Grief or Forces might also be strong with... Maybe. Actually, yeah, that's a pretty good point, actually. So, because the thing is, you can have it onto the battlefield immediately. So you go Mox Onyx. You could then now actually do... I see your point. So you go Mox Onyx, exile something with Grief, target somebody, not dead after all, bring it back. Play Ragavan on the same turn. Just completely busted. Back to the drawing board. I mean, I don't know. It actually could be fair, but... It's damn Mox, for crying out loud. It's a Mox. It's not even legendary. I'll tell you about this much. It would be fair in Commander. Because whatever. It's like another Mox. Big deal. They got Mox Diamond. They got a million Moxen out there. They got many stuff. If at first you don't succeed, you try again, Jonah. Or shall I call you Captain Falcon? Nikachu, I Superchat the wrong title. It's DSM Typos, not DSM Typos. Okay, we'll do yours next. Just so I don't forget it later. We got, DSM Typos. We made a series based on typos. Okay, I had to reword it this 3 times because of all my typos. Okay, good. Good to know. Where do they start? Here? DSM typo. This is the 3rd time's the charm. Wait, which one? Like, you want me to see all of them? Damn typos. Alright, 0 mana. It is an artifact. Legendary artifact land. Tap to auto-correct Nikachu's pronunciation of any word. Add the phonetic spelling to chat to help him learn. Yeah, thank you very much. And then we got the second one. Damn typos. Legendary land. To autocorrect Nikachu's pronunciation of any word. Add the phonetic spelling to chat to help him learn. Wait, there are wanting us to learn? Ah, cans run! Says Safi. Or just me. DSM typos? Hold on, there's 3 versions of damn typos. So wait, is this the final version? Oh, because you were supposed to misspell it? Tap to autocorrect Nikachu's pronunciation of any word. Add the phonetic spelling to chat to help him learn. Except here's the problem. I never will learn. I mean, sometimes I'll learn. There are some words I will learn. There are some that's like... Goes through one ear and out the other. Okay, next up. We will take a look at... Okay, it's been a hot minute since we saw a bacon cat bug one, so we'll take a look at Etheric Grimoire. Screw your spell slinger deck. You got it. All right, we got a blue 2 generic artifact. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a charge counter on Etheric Grimoire. Is it Grimoire? My Grimoire. Whenever you cast a spell, remove a charge counter from Etheric Grimoire. So hold on. Opponent casts a spell, put a charge counter on it. Whenever you cast a spell, remove a charge counter on it. Tap, sacrifice it. Draw X cards, where X is the number of charge counters on... charge counters? I don't get it. We put a charge when the opponent casts a spell. We put a charge counter on it. When I cast a spell, sacrifice it. It's interesting. This is really interesting. It's like a delayed. It's like delayed heuristic study. It's like a delayed heuristic study, right? So opponent casts a spell. I get charge counters. Eventually, I can sack it and absolutely cash it in. Now, if I cast... But, like, I'm never going to cast a spell, right? I think this would lock up the game. I mean, in theory, it's fine. In practice, it might not. And you can always sack it for at least one card. That's actually a problem. So, like, even if someone tries to blow this thing up, you always can get at least one card out of this. So that actually might be a problem. This card actually might be too strong. Never an opponent cast the spell. I actually have to say no to that one. It's a little bit too strong in my opinion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would break the game. No, I wouldn't break the game as strong, but like it's a really, really, really good card. Dark Star Ashura with the Night Spawn. The actual Night Spawn. These are the things we need to protect ourselves from. Matthias. Kronkvist. This is a black-white 3 generic 2/4 human knight. Vigilance. And whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls dies, you can create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying and lifelink. And you gain 1 life. At the beginning of each end step, if you have at least 10 more life, then your starting life total, transform Matthias into Dracula, Lord of Darkness. So 4/4 Vampire Noble with flying and lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls dies, create a blood token, and you gain a life. Other Night Spawn you control get +1/+1 for each blood token you control. Interesting design. And I think it's fine. Next up, we've got Death the Ever-Present. It costs 11 mana. Now, it's a 6/6 Wraith God. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature that died this turn. Oh yeah, so like basically damnation the board and then cast it for like just a few mana. Indestructible and Death Touch. Enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. Then create a 4/1 black skeleton creature token with menace for each creature exiled this way. That's insane. That is insane. Because I think the whole purpose of playing this card is play like Wrath of God, Damnation, Damn, Overloaded or whatever. And then you play this for effectively 3 mana. And then you make an entire army out of 1 card. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this fair? Is this fine? On top of that, if you kill Death, the Ever-Present, like, it doesn't matter. You still have the army. Yeah, exactly. Turn nuke board. Turn 2 win. Like, at the same time, like, the only way that this is going to work is that in a moment where, like, the game's played out, everyone's played, and it's a way of finishing off the game, I guess. Still not that good. It's very powerful, but Wrath plus this plus 7 mana. It's not gonna be 7. It's literally gonna be. Oh yeah, it is Wrath plus that 7 mana. 7 mana is like easy for you Commander players. All right, we'll give it a pass. It's a very strong. It's a great finisher, I guess. Belfry Bats. We have a 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink. It dies, you get a blood token. Not much to say about that one. Shambling Soldier. It's a 3 mana 2/2 skeleton soldier. Yes, get up, soldier. See, when you died in combat, but you're back. We're gonna give you a sword, and you don't even need a shield. You're just a pile. You're dead already. You're a pile of bones. Black 1 generic tap. Destroy target non-black creature. Activate only as a sorcery. And what do we got here? Finale of Exsanguination. It's a black X sorcery. Create X 1/1 black bat creature tokens with flying and lifelink. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. And then create a blood token for each creature destroyed this way. Also a very interesting card. Make a bunch of bats and everyone is dead. Thank you so much for your cards. This is very interesting. Death the Ever-Present. Yeah, wipe a board, then basically threaten to win. Okay, next up. What time is it? We're 1 hour. I think this is going to be the longest. Well, this might not be the longest custom card show, but it's going to be there. It's going to compete. Take one from Bryce. Bryce will wait forever for this one. The Dark Lotus. It's dark. And it's a lotus. It's like, it's not Black Lotus. It's just dark. The 0 mana artifact. When Dark Lotus enters the battlefield, exile unless you sacrifice a land. So it's like you have to exile it unless you sack a land. Tap, sacrifice Dark Lotus, add 3 mana of any one color. It's effectively Dark Ritual, right? So you got a 0 mana. It's not. Yeah, it's effectively a Dark Ritual. No, it's not a Dark Ritual. Because it's a 0 mana Dark Ritual. Oh, it's broken. Just like Black Lotus is. I mean, if that was your job, then congratulations, you have succeeded 100%. We have another broken Lotus. It's probably the second most broken Lotus in the game. Actually, I don't know if it's more broken than, say, Lotus Field. Lotus Field is funny enough, is like most up-to-date Lotus that is not completely breaking the game. Land sacrifice needs to be casting cost. There's a battlefield exile. Well, I don't think it changes anything. Like, it'll exile itself. It exiles itself if you don't sack a land. But what I'm looking at is, like, you play the land, you tap it for mana, you play Dark Lotus, you exile the land. Okay, big deal. It's effectively 0 mana, add 4. That's what I'm reading here. At the cost of sacrificing a land. Oh, yeah, that's insane. You're right. We could tap it before it exiles itself. Yeah, it's probably really broken now. It's literally just Black Lotus. Enters the battlefield, exile unless you sacrifice a land. Basically, yeah. So we reinvented Black Lotus, just with a slightly different wording, didn't we? It's literally the same thing. Yeah, you can sacrifice before it exiles itself. Although I will say you have to use it immediately. It is slightly weaker. It is slightly weaker. If you don't use it immediately, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's how this works. Imagine Mox Lotus. Okay, next up. Who have we not gotten to in a while? You know who we didn't get to see in a while? We didn't get to see Majra, still part of the unrelated deck, the Purging Priest. This is the black 2/2 human cleric. So, and when it enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. Then create a tap treasure token for each card exiled this way. I think that's cool. I think that's a great card. I think this is great. I mean, like 3 mana on a 2/2 creature. That's fine. Also, ETB white. It's like very interesting graveyard hate, and and it's very flavorful too. This might be your best card ever. In terms of like flavor, utility, people would play this thing. Who would, I think everyone would play this card in their like heavy black decks. Very, very interesting design. I don't think that's a lot of treasure. It will be a lot of treasure. For each card. Maybe it should be every non-land card. I should say. Yeah, I get maybe to make it a little bit more fair, every non-land. We can turn the creatures into treasure, and we can turn everything else into treasure, the instants and sorceries. Toilet Duck says, basically, any card with Lotus or Mox in the name, usually a danger. It's hard to make it fair. Yeah, we even thought Mox Amber would be fair. Yeah, Zybers. Look, if you got the title of Zybers for your Purging Priest. Next up, Almond card, Opportunity Cost. I love my economics, so I'm very interested to see what you got cooking for us, Almond. Alright, we got a red, blue, blue, 2 generic enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a d6. Instant sorcery spells you cast this turn cost X less to cast, where X is the result. This has nothing to do with opportunity cost. We're basically rolling dice to see if we're going to get, like, a discount. I feel a storm a-brewing. Complete flavor fail to the name. That being said, it is a completely fine card. I have nothing against this card. Okay, next up. Let's take another big one. Let's take one from Elixir. 3 cards. Hopefully they're all next to each other. The Cursed. Okay, we're gonna start off with Cursed Mole Drifter. Cursed Mole Drifter. I'm looking that up. It doesn't exist. How about... what if I look up Mole Drifter? Nope, that doesn't even exist. Subject nil. Okay, I could find subject nil. Are they around here? Cursed Mole. I don't know. I wasn't looking it up. Okay. Okay, let's start with the Cursed Mole Drifter. Looks cursed. Is a black 3 generic. Sorry, black 4 generic. It's just basically the Mole Drifter, but it's a 0/0. Flying. When it leaves the battlefield, draw 2 cards. So basically, when it dies, unearth. You have to bring it from the graveyard. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. Or if it would leave the battlefield, unearth only as a sorcery. Hold on, how? So when it leaves the battlefield, oh, so when it leaves the battlefield, we still draw our 2 cards. Excellent. Okay, well, that's one. And then next one is Subject Nil, which is red, blue, white, colorless. When Subject Nil enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Subject Nil leaves the battlefield. We got a very glorious Oblivion Ring. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it enter as a copy of the exiled creature instead. Also very interesting. Very neat card. And then the last one, Auril the... let's see if I can find this one. Can I search this one up? Auril the Frost Maiden. Blue, Snow for a 2/4 god. Have you been making cards with Miyuki? Been collabing on some frozen custom cards, have ya? Okay, lands you control are snow in addition to their other types, and it also has Everlasting Rhyme. Whenever Auril, the Frost Maiden, deals damage to an opponent, distribute X stun counters among any number of creatures that player controls, where X is the number of snow lands you control. Deals damage to an opponent, distribute X stun counters. Holy crap, we're gonna stun everybody. Well, this is a god. What is this? It's like an owl, ox, something. Owl, ox, shaman, god of some sort. This is D&D. Miyuki close to Mon Horizons 10 at the rate that we're going. Yeah, the Eldrazi are back again for the 20th time, and this time they've incorporated snow into their veins. Ice in their veins will be the catchphrase of the set. Okay, cool. Okay, do we have any more? Well, we have tons of series here to go. We have tons of series. How about... okay, let's get this big bacon cat bug one. A cycle of complete, absolute madness. Is this the card? A cycle of madness. Why do you write so much stuff in the... You really wrote the whole post. What is with this white? Intended as draft chaff, so that everything is intended. Hold on. Possible play patterns, white spell. Well, we'll figure it out. I'll read it. Okay. Aerial Vengeance. White for as madness for a white. All right, so we discard the card. We get the card. Cycling, which means we are going to discard the card. That's interesting. Cycling with madness. Does that work? Is that like a hidden synergy that has yet to be untapped? Okay, we've got it also has buyback. So I can cycle and cycle it, cast it for its madness, and buy it back. That makes no sense. And then destroy up to 1 target tapped creature, you gain 3 life. I can't tell if this card's insane, if it breaks the rules, or if it's absolute dog crap. I have no comment on this card. I can't say I approve of it, but I can't say I don't approve of it. We have a blue options vision. Also with the exact same series, you can have madness for a blue, cycle it for 2, and buy it back for 3. So if I have 6 mana, do I draw a card and cast this spell with buyback each time? Scry 1, then draw a card. Then we draw a second card. That's gonna be a lot of cards. Okay, disfiguring weights. Same thing, but for a black. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Yes, so basically it works. What a weird thing. Maybe we better reread his yeah, where is the comment? Oh, I deleted the comment. Can't go back. We're too far into here. Well, honestly, these abilities are fine-ish. Except for maybe the white one was this: destroy up to 1 target tap creature, you gain 3 life. That's a bit strong. I think that's very strong. It's basically 3 mana, destroy a card, you gain 3 life. That'd be really good in control, even at sorcery speed, I think. Kodama's Surge, white sorcery. Target creature gets +3/+3. Whoops, nope. +3/+3, not -1/-1. And this one deals 2 damage to any target. The Shocking Ray. So this is 3 mana, deal 2, draw a card. It's like, we have that already. That's fine, actually. Yeah, 3 damage, draw a card. No, but it's, okay, no, and if you buy it back, it's like drawing 2 cards, because you get the card back. Interesting design, very, very interesting. Can't say it's great. Not all of them, at least. Definitely can't say it's bad. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at Zarthur's Wedge Ends Rune Terra. Some of you people, you love your Rune Terra cards. Wedge Ends Rune Terra. We start off with an Abzan 2/4 Spirit. 3 mana, tap, create a Mask enchantment or a token and attach it to another creature you control. It has Imprint. What the hell? It has Imprint. Exile a creature from your graveyard, Umbra, Armor, and enchanted creature has base power and toughness 1 and has all abilities of the exiled creature in addition to its own. Create a Mask enchantment or a token and attach it to another creature you control. What is with the imprint thing all of a sudden? Anyway, I'm a little confused as to how this card functions or works. Not even sure if it does work. I guess, is this one of those, it's more flavorful than realistic? That's how this is going to work around here. Okay, we have a white, red, blue, 2 generic. Captain Erica the Reclaimer. 6/6 human soldier. And when it enters the battlefield, you become the monolith. I am the king. Sorry, not the monolith. You become the monarch. Captain Erica has trample and ward 3 as long as you're the monarch, which you are going to be. So basically, when it enters the battlefield, you have this 1-shot window to kill it. It's a 5 mana for a 6/6. This is insane. When Captain Erica... This is like some sort of twist on Captain America. I'm not Captain America, I'm Captain Erica. You imprint the creature in your graveyard as an aura enchantment? That is so weird. Okay, Captain Erica deals damage equal to an opponent. So when it deals combat damage to an opponent, gain control of target non-basic land that player controls for as long as you're the monarch. Well, at least this thing doesn't have trample. Thank God for that. Junot, Sanctum Conservator. It is a Sultai 3 generic, 6/6 spirit avatar. Who are these cats? Sort of has 2 cat heads at the top, but I can't tell for sure. Unnerving. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or less. I like that. That's cool. Nothing small. If you small, you should be afraid. Creatures you don't control get -2, -0 for each time you've descended this turn, and descend 13. So when Junot Sanctum Conservator attacks, if there are 13 or more permanents in your graveyard, I think this means defending player sacrifices a creature with the highest power or tied for the highest power among creatures they control. I think it will work out. I think it will work out. Auroch Glinthorn, 5 mana, 5/4 Minotaur Warrior with haste and trample. And it's got Battalion. When Auroch Glinthorn and at least 2 other creatures attack, defending player controls that were dealt damage this turn can't block. What, for forever? Whenever Auroch Glinthorn and at least 2 other creatures attack, creatures defending player controls that were dealt damage this turn can't block. Forever. I think that's what it's trying to say. So you got dealt damage. Those creatures got dealt damage. We basically busted their kneecaps. They are not blocking for anymore. I don't know how you mark that. You got to put like cannot block counter on it. And oh my god, Teamer 1 generic X for a 1/7 Elder Turtle. But it's got a whole like city on its back. Or a whole forest or some sort of sanctuary. Hideaway X. If he show Shell of the World wasn't cast, Hideaway 4 instead? Oh, I see. So if we have it onto the battlefield, that's fine. At the end of your turn, if you cast 4 or more spells of different card types this turn, you may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost, and as though it had flash. If you do, exile Hisho and return to the battlefield during your upkeep. I hope this is okay. I hope it's fine. Maybe it should be Unnerving 3, so you can change it with, like, different cards. Yeah, I think that would work. I think Unnerving is a pretty interesting mechanic. And you could just, like, Unnerving 4, Unnerving 5. It's just like Ward, you know? I think it's a pretty imaginative idea. Perfect mechanic name, too. Unnerving. Okay, this is part of the show where we have to interweave a bacon cat bug special. Basically, we look at a card, and then we go to bacon cat bug. Scory-day Druid. Oh no, we got an unset card. Unset cards. 1 mana, 1/1. Indestructible Elf Druid. Can't be sacrificed. Tap, create 15 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens with, what is the point of this? With reach, activates the ability only if an opponent controls a legendary Eldrazi. Okay, there was a catch actually. Indestructible can't be. It's basically just a 1. The 1/1 indestructible though is still busted. Like, should have put that. That's like this. This is very, very dangerous. Incredibly dangerous, and for that, definitely cannot be printed. Too strong. And next up, we go to okay, we go back to Majra, part 1 of the Draken. You tell me all about it, Majra. Tell me all about it. Part of Draken. Oh, you haven't made part 2. Oh no, maybe you have made part 2. And what do you have to say? This deck inspired by the lore of the game I'm making with my friends. Hope you'll like the nonsense it brings. Alright. The Draken. We got the Shohi Yakumo Time Loss. It is a 4 mana 3/3 Planeswalker of some sort. It's a demigod warrior noble. Now it's got Planeswalker abilities on it. This is +1 time travel. -3, put 3 time counters on target non-land permanent. Permanent your opponent's control have vanishing. You can time travel on an opponent's permanent and suspend cards. Weird. It's like, and the suspend thing is neat because it's like removal, but it's not removal, if you know what I mean. It's removal, but it's not removal. Because it's gonna come back. Rashna Nakshatra. What a name. Almost rhymes. 7 mana 7/7. Demon Rogue. Again, Planeswalker abilities. +1, draw a card, lose 1 life. -2, exile target creature. That's, well, you have to go +1. It doesn't start off with any loyalty, so you have to go +1/+1 before you get any effect. Trample affinity for rogue. Oh, God. Whenever an opponent... And also the +1 is draw a card. Hold on, that's insane. Whenever an opponent creature dies, proliferates. Whenever you proliferate, create a 0/1 star creature artifact with flying. I know this is 7 mana, but I think this is just pushed as hell. I think this is just... This is a little too much. Actually, now that I think about it, what the hell does time travel mean? Permanents your opponents control have vanishing. You can time travel on an opponent's permanent and suspend cards. I may not know how broken this card is. There are, or I guess you say you agree, these are going to be broken cards. Myriad Friendships. Love the art. 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a planeswalker or a creature with a spark ability you control enters, it discovers X, where X is its mana value -1. I guess this is strong, but this is okay. We can live with that. Memoryless, Lost in the Stars, the 6 mana sigil. When this card enters, exile a non-land card from your graveyard with X time counters on it, where X is that card's mana value. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Put X -1/-1 counters on each creature you don't control. Non-legendary creatures with a -1/-1 counter on them lose all abilities. Whenever you remove a time counter from a card you own in exile, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature you don't control. This is hard to set up, but I guess it's okay. I can see how you can wipe the board with this thing, but not easy. Embrace Your Flames. That is a great name for a card. I like that. Sounds like a Chandra card. It is a red 3 generic sorcery. Exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard with X time counters on it, where X is its mana value. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Embrace Your Flames deals X damage to any target. I think that's a cool card. I think that's a great card. Christopher B. Oh, you're around here, is Christopher. I never thought you were actually here for the custom card shows, because you can't use Scryfall for this. Time travel from the Doctor Who set. For each suspended card you own and permanent you control with a time counter, either put a time counter on it or remove one. Ah. Okay, I think that's fine. Going back, I think this is still okay. And back to Bacon Catbug, Sanctuary Druid. Make elves great again. Same art. What the hell? Oh, is this like another evolution of this card? Okay, we have a green 1/1 elf druid. If a source would deal exactly 1 damage to an elf you control, prevent that damage. I could get behind that. That's actually cool. That is actually cool. Cool stuff. So long, Ryan. Thanks for coming out. I could absolutely get behind this thing. I'd be hearing more, but I can't suggest any of my own cards without how minuscule my budget is. That's okay. There's always the freebie section for you, Christopher B. There's always the freebie. You just have to post on Reddit and then hope that your card is popular enough it gets on the show naturally, the old natural way. I think this is a banger card. I think elves would love this card. Of course, if it deals 2 or more damage, the thing just dies, right? But if it's 1 or less, it's all good. Okay, next up. Brawly Shadows. Prince Philip White Knight. Is this the real Prince Philip? Prince Philip White Knight. White 2 generic 2/2. So which Disney movie was this from? I do not know. Horseman, again with horsemanship and vigilance. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, you may move that many counters from any number of target permanents to any other target permanents. Did we see this? Pretty sure we saw this one. He was in the freebies earlier. Well, then it gets donated back to the freebie section. All right. Break it. Look at you. You had a banger. The card was so good we actually got to see it here. Breaking Sphere. It's a red artifact. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent creates a copy of Breaking Sphere and you lose 1 life. Whoa, wait a minute. Is this going to be like really dangerous to everyone's health? Yeah, each opponent creates a copy of Breaking Sphere. It's going to multiply like crazy every single turn. Bring of your end step. So I make a copy, then they make a copy, and I get one, then everyone gets one. So by one rotation, everyone should have like 4 copies. Yeah, this escalates like crazy. Oh, wait, what's the second half? Sacrifice a land, destroy 3 target perms named Breaking Sphere. That is so cool. That is this is a fantastic card. It escalates fast, but then you can de-escalate it fast. But basically, everyone has to be... So basically what it does is it's 3 damage, everyone sacks a land. That's what... It's 3 mana, everyone sacks a land. Because if you don't sack a land, you're screwed. Very, very, very cool card. In my opinion. Okay, how about... do we have another one from... Anybody here? Oh, I guess we have to go back to Bacon Kappa. The Chalice Breaker Bolt. Breaking chalices, are you? Reminder text is important. Alright, I'll read it. Red X instant. Destroy target artifact. Chalice Breaker Bolt deals 2 damage to that artifact's controller. When calculating the mana value of an object with an X in its mana cost, X is treated as 0, while the object is not on the stack, and X is treated as the number chosen for it while the object is on the stack. What the hell? Were you just trying to explain the obvious? They thought themselves untouchable. They thought wrong. I think this works. Destroy target artifact. Bolt deals 2 damage to that artifact's controller. Actually, hold on. How, I don't get it, actually. Maybe at first I'm like, oh, this means nothing. My attempt at a useless X card? Oh, I see. Yeah, I was like, it deals 2 damage. So you can choose X as anything. X is treated as a number chosen, but the X just does nothing. Alright, you have successfully created an redundant AI-generated cards. Next up... Sure, we'll go with Surefire Selves. How about that? Alinthi. Heaven's Wall, new keyword. It is a blue-white 1 generic 0/4 wall. Sorry, 0/7 wall. Not many people bring walls on this show. Everyone brings super busted creatures which ETB this and destroy that and all these activated abilities. This might be the first wall I've seen in an incredibly long time. Creatures you control have Entrench. They can't be returned to their owner's hands by spells and abilities. Alright, protection from bounce. And also blue 1 generic. Exile target creature you control face down. Put that card into your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So they can't bounce stuff to our hand, but we can. Okay, well, I mean, it passes. Weird. What a strange card. Okay, next up, we'll go with Trunic. Mage class. Magic the Gathering meets AQW. Let's give you this super chat. Mage class. Uh-oh, I can't find it. Magic the Gathering meets AQW. No, can't find this at all. Trunic, where is it? Trunic, are you here? Are you here, Trunic? It's on custom magic? Oh. Supposed to use my Discord these days. You're supposed to use my Discord. Okay, I'll look it up. Just for you, Trunic. You're breaking the rules a little bit around here. I hate looking cards up on Reddit now. Mage class. Magic the Gathering meets a... See, like, can't even find this thing. Okay, so I'll look up. Meets AQW. Meets Wasn't even... Okay, whatever. I think I found it. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Gotta use my Discord. Yeah, follow the rules. Everyone else followed the rules. We've abandoned Reddit, because Reddit is an absolute pain for looking cards up. Okay, we got Mage Class. It's a blue class. It's got 4 chapters attached to it. Okay, chapter 1. Mage Class gains Fireball, red. Mage Class deals 1 damage to any target. Chapter 2, Ice Shard. Tap target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Also, Chapter 3, Mage Class gains Explosion. Sacrifice... Hold on, how do we move up the classes? Isn't this a this is not a saga. It's like, it looks like a saga, but it's supposed to be... Or is this a... No, it's not a saga. It says it's a class. So how do we move... Aren't the classes supposed to cost something? Mage Class gains Explosion. Sacrifice Mage Class, deal 3 damage to any target. And at Chapter 4, creatures you don't control get -2, -0 until end of turn. Yeah, this is more... I think this is more of a saga. Because classes are supposed to... They're supposed to have, like, a level up payment to it. You gotta pay something. Those classes aren't free, alright? This is America! You gotta pay for your classes! Well, it's not really America. This is Magic the Gathering. It's a class, acts like a saga, but they can't. Like, that's the whole point of the sagas. Like, sagas move up each turn. So you have to have a payment of, like, 1 mana, at least. Or even put payment 0. I don't know. And what happened? But then you'd have all the abilities at once for 1 mana. I don't think this card works. I think you have to reformat it. Should have the... Yeah, it probably should just be... It would work as a saga. 100% as a saga. You can call it Mage Class, the Saga. I have no problem with that. But it doesn't work as a class, because you just have all 4... Even if the cost to move up and down these things were 0 mana, you get all of these for 1 mana, which is insane. What about financial aid? Well, you have to first qualify for it, and when you pay for it, then you go get your Mage Classes, alright? Mage Class, the Saga the movie! That's right! A class saga or a case saga would have 0 art. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if you have a saga and a class at the same time, it's like just a big, huge block of text divided in 2. Corbinic, the saga of higher magical education. Yeah, get your edumacation here. Okay, back to the Discord. Hold on, before I confuse myself. Go back to the original. Okay, okay, where are we here? Guess we go get a bacon cat bug. King Midas! How kingly, huh? Oh, hold on. Here, I'll give you this super chat. Of Phrygia? Friggin' King Midas! This is a green, black, 2 generic, 2/4 human noble with death touch and ward 2. Foods you control are gold artifacts, but sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all other abilities. Whenever a creature dealt damage by King Midas of Phrygia dies this turn, create a food token. And at the beginning of your end step, you may have King Midas of Phrygia fight another target creature. With Death Touch? I guess it does have Death Touch because everything gets turned to gold. Foods you control are gold. I always thought, like... it should turn things into treasures, and like whenever someone blocks a creature like this, it turns into a treasure or something to that effect. Like if I'm blocking King Midas, I'm probably turning into gold, am I not? Like probably. Okay, next up. Trunic, since I broke the rules, I have to pay my tax. You know, you didn't have to. It's okay. It's okay, Trunic. Okay, I'll tell you what. Thanks to your super chat, we are going to donate that one. We're going to donate at least 2 cards. That's worth at least 2 cards here in the freebie section. Where are we here? Okay, Jack Ophel, Master of None. This is a Wooburg card for 3. It's a 3/3 Wooburg card. Human Peasant, Vigilance, Hexproof, Death Touch, Haste, Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life and you scry 1. Each opponent loses 1 life. Jack Awful, Master of None, deals 1 damage to any target and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I know just about a little, but a little bit of everything. All right. You do know a little bit of everything. And, silver border card. We got Nameless Rando. Black, 2 generic, 4/4 demon. As Nameless Rando enters, choose a non-legendary demon creature card at random. It enters as a copy of that card. Choose a non-legendary demon creature card at random. Like from anywhere? I think all of them are pretty damn good, in my opinion. All of them are pretty strong. So I'll give that a disqualification. I don't trust this 4-mana arena card. Basically trying to bring Arena back to regulars. Okay, we got next up Opportunity Drive. Thank you so much, Opportunity Drive. Feed the Land. And all the other ones in the post. You better believe it. Is this... But remember, it's, I'm only going to look at 5 cards, because there's basically a 5-card limit per post. And basically $2 per card. Okay, here's literally the Feed the Land. Green, black enchantment. Commutative upkeep, sack a creature. Okay, you're going to sack everything. Whenever a creature dies, you may pay black and a green. If you do, search your library for a land and put that on the battlefield tapped. That's insane. So, it's basically a land tutor. Is this, like, fine? Are we okay with this card? $15 is about 2 cards. Oh, it's 7? Okay, I'll get the other. I didn't notice it was... You know, I saw it was yellow. Generally, $10 is where it gets yellow. Okay, I'll look at all of them. Usually, I prefer they're broken up in, like, 5 cards here, 5 cards there. I can't tell if this is broken or not. Probably it's fine, just in case there's some land combo deck out there. But you do have to sacrifice creatures, and then when the creatures are sacked... Oh, but you know what? You don't have to wait until upkeep. You could just wait for the creatures. And you know what? Probably, what's it called? Field of the Dead will pay for itself. Wouldn't be a big problem. It's okay, Opportunity Drive. We're all learning what... Every mistake is an opportunity to learn from the mistake. Okay, chaos ensues! Okay, we have Phyrexian white, Phyrexian red for an instant. We are rolling a d20. Your life total becomes equal to the value rolled. Interesting. Flashback, discard your hand. You may cast this card from your graveyard for a flashback cost and exile it. Honestly, I think this is okay. This is like, you can spend 4 life to change your life total to something else. I mean, it's like, it's at 20. Your life total becomes whatever. And any deck theoretically could play this. Well, I mean, in Commander, you have to be in the Boros identity, but whatever. Okay, Time Bomb. Blue, 1 generic legendary artifact. When you draw this card, or it is destroyed, it deals damage to you equal to the number of Anticipation emblems on the battlefield. Pay a blue, put an Anticipation emblem onto the battlefield. Tap, target opponent shuffles Time Bomb face up into their library. Is that it? Hold on. When you draw a card or it is destroyed, or you mean Time Bomb is destroyed, it deals damage equal to the number of Anticipation emblems on the battlefield. We put an emblem? Put an emblem on the battlefield. Tap, target opponent shuffles Time Bomb face up into their library. That is so... I think this breaks rules. I probably have to disqualify this one, because you can't put something face up into your library. But I guess the idea is you can see the bomb coming as you slowly draw to it. But it's going to create cheating. I'm telling you, it's going to create some cheating around here. Okay, next up. Breaking Eggs. We have a green-red 1 generic sorcery, and there's an additional cost to cast this card. Sack 2 permanents that can create mana. Search your library for 3 land cards and put them onto the battlefield. Oh, it's just some sort of ramp. 3 land cards, but any lands, not basics, as some people would say. It can get anything. Prison Logic. Red, white, enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight A legendary creature. Okay, it's like, so we have to assert dominance here. Each deal damage equal to its power to the other. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight a legendary creature. I think that's cool. This is like a weird source of removal that you can set up. People try to fight to probably remove this damn thing. And only fights the legendary creatures. So it's only going to go to war with people's commanders. I like this thing. T-House talking about the Time Bomb card. That's clever, but also, ain't no way I'm shuffling my cards into my opponent's library. And we got the Find Familiar. Is that a cat? It's like some sort of lynx. It's a black, blue, 1 generic sorcery. Search your library for a creature with converted mana cost 1 or less, put onto the battlefield. Probably cannot break the game at all. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a pretty neat tutor. And we have Do the Thing for XX. What is this? Going to be some Chalice of the Void? Miyuki says, assert dominance should be keyword ability for fight on ETB. Yeah, we got to turn that into a keyword. Assert dominance. Okay, Do the Thing is an XX sorcery. Activate the activated ability of target permanent without paying its mana cost X times. You must still pay any other costs associated with activating the ability in order for it to be activated successfully. What did this even do? Activate the activated ability of target permanent. Oh, so I target it. Okay. Without paying its mana. Oh, so I basically pay the X that many times and I get the permanence ability. You must still pay any other costs associated with activating the ability, like non-mana cards. I have no idea if this breaks the game or not. Like, no idea. How does the thing? Yeah, how does the thing do its thing? What? So I guess that's what it is. So you make your thing do the thing. I think that's it. Gotcha. All right, next up, we've got Majra has more. Part 2 of the Draken. Thank you very much, Majra. Draken. Part 2. Are they dragons or are they drakens? Okay, Jund 1 generic enchantment. If Draken Sigil is in your opening hand, you may begin the game. Oh god. You more ley lines. When you activate a loyalty or spark ability, you may copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. I hope that's fine. That's so strong. It's like it's a doubling effect. Okay, Abominable Spark Mage. This is a black 3 generic 3/3 dragon warlock with flying. Enters the battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Blow it up. Put X loyalty counters on target permanent you control, where X is the mana value of the target destroyed this way. That's interesting. You know, it'd be even more interesting if it literally said destroy target planeswalker, not a permanent, and then you got, for as many loyalty abilities were on that permanent, you put it on your permanent. Like you took, like, I don't know, the planeswalker power and then shifted onto your own stuff. I think that is just a much more interesting, it's like less flexible, but a more interesting, flavorful design. Nikachu, do the thing on Door to Nothingness for 6 mana as X3, make 3 players lose the game. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, if you, it's a 2-card combo, deal with it. There's millions of 2-card combos in this game. Adept Spark Mage. Alright, for 2 mana, we have a 2/2 Human Dragon Wizard. Flying. Has trample as long as you control a planeswalker, which probably is fair. It's only a 2/2. Whenever a planeswalker enters the battlefield, you proliferate. Oh god, it's probably just a proliferate enabler. The Apprentice Spark Mage, a 2/2 for 2 mana. Dragon Shaman. Flying. Tap, put a loyalty counter on target permanent. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each loyalty counter on them. Creatures you control. Oh, so the loyalty creatures also get buffed with this thing. And Arrogant Spark Mage, a 2 mana 2/2. It's got -2 Arrogant Spark Mage, deals 2 damage to any target. So you have to like figure out how to get counters on this thing in the first place, because it doesn't even have a +1 ability on it. Flying. Arrogant Spark Mage enters the battlefield with 4 loyalty counters. Oh. That's how it gets it. Okay, so deals 2 damage to any target. So basically a 2 mana 2/2 that shocks twice. That's really pushed. I can't tell if that's fine or not. I'm scared. I'm just gonna say no to the 2/2 mana 2/2 flyer. Like 2 damage these days doesn't even kill a whole lot, to be honest. It's probably, this is like a Modern Horizons card. It's Modern Horizons power level. You'd kill it would be too broken for Pioneer and Standard, but it'd be fine everywhere else. Okay, Jonah wants another one. Got one more. This Conspiring Necromancer. Five mana for a 3/4 Dwarf Warlock. You may plot creature spells from your graveyard. The plot cost is exile cards from your graveyard equal to that spell's mana cost, or mana value. Pay a black, pay 2. Sacrifice another non-token creature. Exile the sacrificed creature. It becomes plotted. Exile the sacrificed creature. Oh, I see. So we can like pay 2 life to effectively save the creature from removal. Then it becomes plotted. So doesn't that just perpetually make them invincible? He looks like Hal from Howl's Moving Castle crossed with JoJo. What, you mean the last one? I haven't seen JoJo, so I can't relate, but I can see the Howl part. Okay, back to Conspiring Necromancer. I hope this is fine. I mean, it's 5 mana. I'd just be like really concerned that we like can't kill anything on the battlefield. That's the only thing I'm scared of. But then you could just try to hunt, sacrifice. Yeah, at least you didn't say another non-token creature. I can't sacrifice the Conspiring Necromancer to plot it. Because like when you plot it, it's just like it's been cast already. You just recast it. Or do you know what you could do? You would be more fair. You have to pay 2 life and then pay the casting cost of the creature you're sacrificing to make it plotted. I don't know how you word that though. Yeah, card's mana value. Yeah, can't save himself. Can only save others. Born to save others. Bacon Catbug with the mini sphere. Little itty bitty sphere. This is 1 mana artifact. As long as Minisphere is untapped, each spell that would cost less than 1 mana to cast cost 1 mana to cast. Huh? As long as Minisphere is... Okay, it's not Trinity Sphere, it's Minisphere. As long as Minisphere is untapped, each spell that would cost less than 1 mana to cast costs 1 mana. Oh, okay, so basically, Memnites, you're no longer free. The Moxen, you're also no longer free. So it's like, it's a weird... this is actually really unique. I think Magic could use this card. It would probably see play in Vintage. Because you would like screw over everyone's Moxen, and I also think it would be a neat sideboard card. It's like 1 mana, screw over all the 0 mana spells. This balances Storm. Well, not really. So hold on. Additional each spell that would cost, because especially with Storm, they're just copied directly onto the stack. They're not casting them for any extra mana. But this would screw over any decks that try to loop with 0 mana spells. Like, you know, play Mox Amber from the graveyard over and over and over again and sacrifice it for something. Anyway, this is a really great idea. That this should be a real card. It would see competitive play, and it's super balanced. Dark Star Shore, the last 5 from Hunters and Allies. Okay, I guess we did this last one. We did do this last one. All right, it's time for Simon Belmont, 4th Hunter. Is this not like a comic book character or something? I swear. 5 mana for a 3/3 human barbarian with menace, protection from night spawn, bats, demons, horror. Yeah, okay. We know the night spawn mechanic. We're quite aware at this point. Whenever a night spawn creature an opponent controls dies, so if it be dead, put a +1/+1 counter on Simon Belhunt. 4th Hunter. I feel like this is very underwhelming. Well, I guess it's like it has protection from Night Spawn and as Menace. It's good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a block constructed all-star. Probably also a draft all-star. You have to first pick Belmont. Sifa, Speaker Magician. We have a red, blue, 1 generic. Love the art. Banger art. We have a 3/2 human wizard with Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you put a tome counter on Sifa. Now, for 3 mana, tap it, remove 3 tome counters from Sifa, search the library for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. I think that is a great card. Got a little bit of tutoring going on. Trevor Belmont, 2nd Hunter. For 4 mana, we have a 3/3 human warrior. Reach, Night Spawn creatures are goated. Oh god. And when this creature dies, its owner may draw a card and lose 1 life. Night Spawn creature spells you cast have this creature enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice, and it's goated. Whenever a Night Spawn creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Trevor Belmont. I have no idea if this is good or... Your guess is as good as mine, everyone. Armed Villagers. This is a 3 mana 2/2 human citizen. Whenever armed villagers or another non-token human enters the battlefield under your control, create a copy of a card named Short Sword. You may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. Whenever it ETBs, create a copy of Short Sword. I don't know what Short Sword is. Does this explain it? No, it does not. What the hell is Short Sword? I can't give it like I can't say this is a pass or fail unless I even know what this card is. Okay, well, that is to be continued, I guess. Purifying Light is a white 1 generic instant, exile up to 1 target Night Spawn creature. Addendum, if you cast this spell during your main phase, you draw a card. Short Sword is a real card. It is a real card. Don't be mistaken with any of these fake cards. You guys are like, I think it is a real card. So we make a copy of... So it's like we just conjured this thing onto the battlefield. I think that's okay. Great series. Very flavorful. This is a very... It's got like that Majra flavor to it. Okay, next up. We've got... Let's go in from Brawly Shadow. Maleficent Dark Fae. So they're evil, are they? Maleficent Dark Fae. It's a split card. Last one for today. Thank you so much, Brawly Shadow. I should have, like, the dual split cards should cost $4. Like, I'm literally reading 2 cards. Okay, Dark Fae. This is a 4 mana 3/3 Fairy Warlock with Ward, pay 5 life. Tap, add black and a green. Permanent spells cast using this mana enter with a Death Touch counter. That's cool. And also at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 5 or more enchantments, transform the Dark Fae into the Maleficent Dark Worm. It is a 5/5 flyer with Ward, pay half your life rounded up. Non-creature, non-aura enchantments you control are 3/3 black dragon creatures with flying in addition to other types. So basically, enchantments have come to life. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of target enchantment you control. It gains haste until end of turn. This could be for, like, I don't know, a Golgari Enchantress deck, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, easy. Very nice card. The word is insane. Pay 5 life. That going to Hoyt. That's gonna be very, very painful. Too bad you can't show any more cards. Well, it's already almost... This is probably going to be one of the longer custom MTG... I'm probably going to... If more people are going to give me more series of cards, we're going to reduce the total to 10. It's going to put us more of a squeeze on Majra and Bacon Catbug. You know, you're victims of your own success. You've made the custom show so popular. Grammar Scorpion. Oh, silver border. Whenever I see silver border, I assume it's just going to be goofy as hell. It's a black 1 generic 2/1 alien scorpion. So it's on the moon. Death Touch and Menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it deals damage to that player equal to the number of punctuation marks in the text boxes of permanents they control, and then does the same for you. Same to you. Oh god. Dealing damage both ways based on punctuation. If you're reduced to 10, please do the custom show weekly. There's gonna be custom show Monday or something like that. I'll think about it. I mean, this is like an infinite money machine glitch. You guys, every single, this is like easily my greatest infinite money machine glitch of all the shows that I have on, all the shows that I have on Coffee and MTG. This is definitely the #1. Okay, Miyuki, last one I have unrelated from the backlogs. Well, this is not actually the last one, but it's close to it. Okay, Infernal Meta-Stable Enchantment. Infernal Meta-Stable. It is for Jund, an instant. The next creature spell you cast has hexproof until end of turn. I don't know why I would need it. That's really expensive to give something hexproof. You can pay X life as an additional cost up to a maximum of 12. What does that mean? You can pay X life as an additional cost? That makes no sense to me. For every 2 life you pay as an additional cost, add a +1/+1 counter to the next creature spell you cast. This is so expensive. I don't even know if you're going to be happy with what you get out of this card, to be honest. This is insanely expensive. If this keeps going, you'll hit your new time. I know! We're 1.5 hours away. Random rants. I hope my custom cards get shown in the freebie section. I don't have money to spare. Well, it has to be the freebie section on custom magic on Reddit. What do we have next? Okay, Corbinek. Oath to Progress and Oath to Madness. 2 of my favorite cards I've made on your Discord. Oath to Progress. And it's fixed, of all things. So Oath, okay, so look at Oath to Progress first. Oh, I can't hardly read the title, just like a beta, like all those old cards. You could barely read the, it's like, actually beta and alpha, you could barely read the title. They're like really faded. So we have for Naya, instant, only mana from land sources can pay for this card's casting cost. So all players reveal cards from the top of their decks until they reveal a land card. All players then put the land onto the battlefield tapped, then add X green, or red mana, where X is the equal to the number of cards that were revealed that weren't lands. Shuffle all other cards revealed this way back into their owner's libraries. Holy crap. So you want enough lands in your deck to cast this card, but not enough. The person who's playing like Manaless is going to go insane here. So the funny thing is you're not allowed to cheat this card in play, though. You have to pay for it. I think this is neat. I don't know how you break this card from land source. Oh, wait a minute. No, you play this in your own type of Charbelcherish deck. So you can play it like, you have to play those lands that aren't lands, or the spells, like dual-sided cards, or whatever. I don't know if a Charbelcher deck wants this card. I don't know if they need that much mana. The deck trying to play with Fireball, they need that much mana. I think it's fine. I think. I hope so. And so let progress reign. And the other card was called Oath to Madness. Oath to Madness. We have green, blue, black. It's certainly one of the better arts, that's for sure. It's a sorcery. Spend only mana produced by lands again. Exile any number of cards from your hand. Each opponent then exiles X cards from their hand, where X is the number of cards you exiled this way. If an opponent exiles fewer than X cards this way, they exile cards from the top of their library equal to the difference. I think this card sucks, to be honest. This card's terrible. You can like, basically it just says discard your hand. It's like one with nothing for all of us. It's like, I mean, it's completely fair. This is very underpowered. It's really, really, really underpowered. And so let madness reign. I don't know like how you expect to use this card. So you basically make them dump the rest of their hand. There's like a lot of cards that already do this. In some capacity. It probably is very fair, even for 1994. Yeah, by saying it by sucks, I mean like it's very underpowered. Like this is a perfectly well-designed card. There's nothing wrong with this card. It's really cool. Oh, is this like good in Commander? Oh, I didn't think about that. So you basically wipe out everybody's hand. Interesting. You know, I didn't think about that. Does YouTube tell you what episodes made the most? Oh yeah, it shows me all that money I make from all these. Maybe the 8 p.m. streams would help catch up the custom card backlog. 8 p.m. Zybers more than 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. anyway. No, I can't do it. In the evening, I can never commit to the evening. It's just too difficult. Would be hated in Commander. Takes away all cards, just makes the game longer. Interesting. Okay, I didn't think about that for Commander. I guess for Commander, this is an all-star. One-on-one Magic, this would just be real poop. He's like, all right, by all means, lose your hand. I'll lose. You lose your hand, I lose mine. Deal. We just play off the top of our deck. I guess it's like a mind twist in some sense. Some people out there, they just hate mind twist. Ecos, not a wreck, just a meme. Card games on motorcycles. Card games on motorcycles. Is this a card? I don't get it. I don't get it. Ecos, are you there? May have to look up motorcycles. Motorcycles! Exclamation point. No, I can't find this. This thing's not on the Discord. He says not a card. Well, he says not a wreck. I don't know what that means. Not a wreck, just a meme. Card games on motorcycle. I have no idea what this is. Well, anyway, thank you very much for the super chat, Ecos. Donate that to the freebie section, which will give it. Which will. Oh, there's too many words on this one. I'll move on to the next one. It's dual-sided. Okay, it's less words. Deep Sea Orchestrator. It's a 5-mana 1/7 menace haste with coordinate 8. We have a second octopus card in one show. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Also tap to tap target permanent. What is coordinate 8? At the beginning of your combat on your turn, choose up to 8 other creatures you control. Until end of turn, each of those creatures gain an ability of your choice from among the following abilities. Oh, you mean these two abilities? Neat. Miyuki! Okay, so you weren't done, were you? You weren't done. As soon as you say you're done, you're back anyway. Yeah, this one. Lightning Sheer Rebound. Lightning Sheer Rebound. Oh! We weren't done with the series. So, double colorless, double white, legendary instant. If a lightning bolt spell is countered this turn. What? This is a highly specific card. You may pay a colorless and a snow less to cast Lightning Sheer Rebound. Exile target permanent, then deal 6 damage to the owner of the exiled permanent. The spell can't be copied. Oh my god, this is... Person playing Lightning Bolt will never see it coming. They'll be like, why am I getting targeted? Why am I getting targeted all of a sudden? Like, this card was just built to beat a Lightning Bolt player. Aaron says, damn, what up, sexy? I'm doing great. Reading off custom cards. Is Miyuki still here? Miyuki gonna be here for the replay. Okay, anyway, this is perfectly fine, I guess. Hate on them, Lightning Bolt players. Bryce, the chameleon of many colors. The chameleon, you say? 4 generic mana for a 1/4 lizard? Oh, I get it. It's a chameleon. So it can be any color. It starts off with none. Probably it should still be a green creature. Before the game, choose a color. This creature is the chosen color. I think if it's like your commander, tap to add 1 mana of any color. Shouldn't be like, oh, I guess it should be the tap to whatever. Tap. Is that even legal? If it's just 1 color and it's your commander, shouldn't you only be able to tap for that 1 color in its color identity? Oh yeah, I forgot. Miyuki is always a little bit behind on the chat. Legendary creature partner. You can have 2 commanders as long as the other one is legendary. Oh, so you can like pair it up with an actual 5-color commander. Cool. Cool beans. And that's flavor. Steve Cooper, Caterpillar. A classic Canadian classic. The Very Hungry, and also donate to the freebie section. Caterpillar. The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Do they have this in the United States, or is this a Canadian thing? Caterpillar, the Very Hungry, is a 7 mana 0/1 insect worm. Probably it's not that expensive, to be honest. I think it probably should just be 1 mana. Affinity for food. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each food you control. Trample and haste. Sacrifice a permanent. Put +1/+1 counter on Caterpillar the Very Hungry, and has Devour permanent 1. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of permanents. This creature enters the battlefield with that many +1/+1 counters on it. I'm a bit disappointed on the flavor here. I feel like it shouldn't have affinity for food. It should have like Devour food 1. So like you sacrifice that many foods and it gets that many +1/+1 counters. I don't think the Caterpillar in the story had haste at all. You could say it had trample because it ate through all the food. I think it shouldn't even have sacrifice permanent. It should just be sacrifice food. It's not like it ate through mountains or something like that. Daniel's like, print it. I mean, yeah, we can print it. It's not the flavor win I was looking for. Is there another version, or is this the same thing? Oh, it switched things up. It's got affinity for food. Devour food 3. Oh, this is a little bit closer. You may sacrifice any number of foods. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 times. 3 times that many +1/+1 counters on it. Still has trample and haste. Sacrifice food. Put a counter on the Caterpillar. This is a little bit closer. It is better. So I don't know why 7 mana. Why it's a 7 mana 0/1. That's just a bit. That's very, very, very expensive Caterpillar. Ultra expensive. Okay, one of those things were donated. So we got Azorius Confiscators. Oh, it has a big. I want to read all that. Why is there such a big reminder text to this? It's like 3 mana for a 2/3 Griffin. When Azorius Confiscators enters the battlefield, heist target opponent's library. To heist a player's library, that player shuffles their library, then exiles the top 3 cards of their library face down and look at them. You may turn a land card from among them face up. If you do, exile another card face down from the top of their library and look at it. Repeat this process until you do not turn up a card face up. Put a heist counter on one of the exiled cards, and that player shuffles the rest into their library. For as long as a card with the heist counter on it remains exiled, you may cast it, and you may spend mana's lower mana of any color to cast it. And it's flying. I still don't like it. It's basically, alright, I'm going to dig through your deck until I find something good. I have a choice of 3 cards that are not lands. I think that one is too much text. Too much. I don't like it. Card, Infectious Reversal. Apologies for the name. That's okay. Nothing wrong with the name. Infectious. Usually I can look up cards with just 1 word. Le Krispy Kreme Almond. Okay, this is a 4 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Change each instant of the word gain with lose. Oh my goodness. On affects your opponent's control. Change each instance of the word create with destroy.
No, God, please, no.
And change each instant of the word put with remove on effects your opponent's control. This is crazy. This is a very unique card. There we go. We found our new black color identity. Quarante, dono specifically to the Discord. Well, this is going to be awkward because a lot of these Discord ones are, they're paid for. Okay, let's see if we can get... Okay, let's, okay, we'll try it. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Let's go! Okay, what do I end on? See, I ended up on Miyuki. Okay, let's go again. Okay, we've got Magostera, Time Warp Dragon. Congratulations, you just got on the show thanks to Corbinek. It is an 8-mana 5/5 dragon with flying and flash and split second. This card costs X less to cast, where X is the number of spells cast this turn. Probably fair, to be honest. Why is that flash? It's an 8-mana flash card. Whenever a spell is cast, if another spell with the same name has been cast during that turn, counter that spell. Also, that was probably illegal. Because why did you cast 2 cards of the same name? This is Commander. Anyway, I think this is great. This is a great card. Fantastic card. Oh, there's another Bacon Cat Bug in here. The Abomination Fae. And also Dono for random rants, I think. Abomination Fae. Is that a card? You donating or are you looking up a card? We're not doing both. This is creepy as hell. The skin is falling off their bones. Okay, this is a blue 2 generic 2/2 Eldrazi fairy with Devoid. Flying and Ingest, which means the creature deals combat damage to a player. They exile the top card of their library. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. There's a bunch of regular keywords on this thing. Definitely passes. And Corbinek, thank you so much. Oath the Singularity, the last one. And maybe the last one of the show. Everyone's wallet is empty. My wallet is full. Singularity. Oath to Singularity. Why can I not find this card? Oath to... You have something called Oath to Ideals. Oath this. I think you misnamed this one, Corbinek. Oh, you're donating their card. Gotcha. That wasn't yours. You have Oath to Disorder. You don't have an Oath to, unless you just posted it or something? Oath to Singularity? A lot of people posting stuff just right now. I can't find this Oath to Singularity. I don't think you... Did you post it? Corbinek. What's the problem is, like, Corbinek's probably Oath to Singularity. There's a lot of Oath cards in Corbinek's series, but not Singularity. It's not here. There's Oath to Choice. There's a Oath to Innovation. Like, did you name the title Singularity? Like, it's not there. Look, we even have, it's even vouched by Bacon Cat Bug. Do you have them next to each other, back to back? Here's your problem. You didn't give Oath to Singularity a title, that's why. See, if you don't give it a title, I can't find it. Anyway, I can't find it easily. Oath to Singularity. It's a black, green, red instant. Only mana from lands can cast it. Each player puts a 4/4 Ceaseless Ooze token with Indestructible, Trample, Shroud, and 0 sacrifice. What the hell does 0 sacrifice means? Okay, each player puts a 4/4 token that's Indestructible, Shroud, and pays 0, sacrifice an untapped land. This creature gains +6/+6 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once a turn. This card's busted. This is just insane. Each player gets this stupid creature, and it's just gonna be a battle of lands. Only mana from sources. I think this is too much chaos ensues here. And so let the singularity reign. Yeah, but why each player? It would be bad, probably. I don't know. It's a bit weird. These stats are too big. They're just if it was like +1/+1 and everyone got that would be fine. There's like probably a world where like you Armageddon everyone and then you start putting your lands. Whoever has more lands is definitely gonna have more power in this spot. With your Oath of Singularity. Okay, Miyuki's not done. Last one I had without snow mana, the Luminosia. Ooh, something completely off-ball from the Snow series. The Ever-Distant Future. It's a shielded land. Pay 1 tap, add white, blue, or colorless. Oh, it's literally a filter land. Then for blue, white, and colorless, tap. Counter target non-white, non-blue, non-colorless spell. Spells with the same name as the countered spell cannot be cast until the end of the next turn. It cannot be copied. This card is busted. This is so broken. Like, the red players, red, green, and black players, they are crying right now. They will, never want to face this thing. This is main deckable. You can put this in the main deck. It counters any spell. Unbelievable card. I am campaigning a bit to donate money for cards. I'll do it again. Okay, Surefire Selves with Mark of Skullbriar. The last one before the stream is over. No, you're not the last one. Mark of Skullbriar. We have green, green, black, black, 1 generic enchantment. Counters remain on creatures you control as they move to any zone other than a player's hand or library. Counters remain on creatures you control as they move to any zone. Counters remain on creatures you control as they move to any zone other than a player's hand or what? Oh, okay, I see. So like the counters stay when they go to the graveyard. The counters stay as long as they don't go to your hand or library. Why aren't we counting the hand or library? Why not? So basically, the counters stay on when they go to exile. Very cool card. Brawly Shadow for the other half of my transforming card. The other half, you say? Well, what's the transform? You give me the name? Transforming? I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name. I don't remember these names. Brawly Shadow. Do I have to look you up? What was it? What was it called, Brawly Shadow? Okay, I'm gonna get back to you. Chump change for Toads 24. You can't you got your 15 card limit. Can't donate on top of that. Yeah, I'll look at something quickly though. Because otherwise someone could like donate, you know, your 15 cards includes donations. Okay, while we wait for Brawly Shadow, we'll give this one to the Second Amendment. It is, oh, you got guns. It's a red enchantment. Unequipping is a crime. So that will trigger being a crime or something. I have no comment on this card. I guess it's unequipping. Technically there is a crime mechanic, so you could trigger crime by unequipping equipment. Brawly's card you did a double face card, so he's paying for the second half. But where? It was what the one earlier means nothing to me. I need you already did it. Oh, you're just paying for it. The other half of the... Oh, I see. Oh, I remember because I got 2 halves. Yeah, I should make you guys pay for the second half. Okay, with that in mind, we'll donate this one to the Lady of the Gilt Flowers. This is a white 2 generic 0/6 human cleric with Defender. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a Defender counter on each creature that dealt damage to it this turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a Defender counter on each creature that dealt damage to it. So basically, like, you kill my creatures, you also become defenders. This is a really unique card. It's like, it reminds me of that green 1/3 spirit, like when it blocks Like, if it deals damage to a creature, then it becomes that 1/3 spirit with the same abilities. Or whatever. Yeah, some people... Belle loves Defender. So we're all going to become Defenders around here. Good God, some people are going to leave comments like, 3 hours, I'm not watching this. But I know you guys do anyway, so it's okay. This gets like 2,000 views, big deal. And usually we do the show at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is like an hour from now. The show is so long. And as usual, thank you so much, everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or super chat to help other people be part of the show. And thank you so much for being here today. We got people... Miyuki sent another one. I had 14 cards paid. I'll donate to Chump Chains. Thank you so much. We're going to thank Miyuki, the Plague Doctor, Steve Cooper, the Tea House, Bacon Catbug, Old Boy, Majra, Surefire Selves, Brawly, Shadow, the amazing Crack Monkey, and whoever else is still here at the end. Of course, thank you everyone who donates to make your custom cards and be part of the show. And as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, my crew, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.